Oh shit.
She's back. Hello.
What's up, Soph? How you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Oh mate, I'm on top of the world right now, I tell you. As you saw in the video. Look at this.
Cheers to that.
Ice cold. I still yet to make myself a drink, so wow, what's been going on then? Looking great as always.
Thank you. What's been going on? Stuck at home, as per usual.
Still?
The cabin fever is unreal at the moment. Like, I'm over it.
I know, right? It's like, can you believe Christmas is next week? This time next week,
Yeah. Santa's
going to be coming. Well, he ain't coming to me. I've been too naughty, but
You're on the naughty list.
always. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? You think still under house. It does feel like house arrest.
I know. What was it? 21st of March. They were like, "Oh yeah, this will be over in 3 weeks." Yeah, fucking 9 months later.
Yeah, my ass. Wow, I know. So over it. Like, you think, like, oh, I bet you everyone's just saying, look, can't wait for the new year, new me, new year, all that jazz. But it'll still be exactly the same. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. There's no questions about it.
Is New Year's just cancelled at this point? Because I have no idea. Like, normally everyone at this point's going, what are you doing for New Year's? Are you going out? And this, that, and the other. And I've heard not a peep. Nothing.
Really? Same here.
Yeah.
I have no plans. You're the same? Zero plans?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I guess it's another Zoom call again then.
Yeah.
That's all we can. Oh, mate. I never would have funked it. I never would have thought I would have to experience this. And it's not something like you go, yeah, I could probably do that again. No.
It is the world's shittest pandemic. I mean, I don't mean that in a disrespect, but you think zombies, yeah, like rage virus, outbreak. There's going to be like Walking Dead, and it's just stay in your house. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I know. Well, for me, it's exactly like snow. So when we get what I mean by that, if everyone's confused, like, NG, what do you mean a pandemic's like fucking snow? It's like in England, when we get snow, it's like what, 2-3 inches max. But I always see it. If we're gonna get snow, let's fucking get it. Let's get it so we're like, we can't leave the house, and we like, it's 10 feet of snow. You can't do anything. Everyone's snowed in. Everyone goes outside. Snowball fights. Instead of this, nonsense of 1 or 2 bloody inches. What's exactly the same as I see it with the pandemic. It's like you just said. If we're gonna get something like this, let's. I know. I don't want to say it like I don't want to be like, yeah, let's have like death and chaos and carnage. But on the other hand, I'm like,
I want zombies and Rick Grimes and just everything going down. That's what I want. But no.
Exactly. Fuck it. Just throw in a meteor impact as well. What's the worst that can happen?
Dinosaurs. Why not? Why not?
Oh.
There was my housemate said to me as well that the film Reign of Fire with dragons, and apparently that's set in 2020. I was like, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Oh mate, that's a great movie. Is it Christian Bale? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
Christian Bale's in it. Yeah, it's a sick movie. Yeah, with the dragon, and that's set in 2020.
Apparently, honestly, it's been years since I've watched it, but he just said it the other day flippantly, and I was thinking, don't jinx it, please.
Mate, from the start of the year. So I don't know if you were like if you're a fan of basketball or not or anything, but like, do you know Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's world famous, basketball player, and so him dying in January. I remember I was like, what? I was flicking through Twitter. I was like, what the fuck? Kobe Bryant's dead, and then like you read into it, it's like, fucking hell, he had a helicopter crash. He's like, his chopper flew into the side of a mountain. You think, oh my god,
that's mad.
Yeah, I know.
And I was reading about it, and I know it said plane crash or something like that, but I'll be honest, I didn't really look into it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so like I know of him. I know who he is, and I living in Los Angeles, obviously. I've got LA mates that are massive Lakers fans, so they were completely cut up about it. And hearing that, I was like, fucking hell. Like, if that's the start of the year, that's how 2020 basically started, was that happening. And it's like, from then on, it's it's been
It's
a
just gone downhill.
it's been a shit show, mate. Like, we're both rock and rollers. We both, love metal, rock music. And for neither one of us to go see a show, the last time I spoke to you, have you even been outside?
Literally post office, food shopping. That's about it.
You haven't been to, see, I think I went to a pub.
Are you in tier 2 at the moment, or?
To be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea. Like, I don't even pay attention to any of the news. And hopefully that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, like, I don't know. Do you find this when you like, when I watch TV, the news especially, like, I can only watch it for like 10 seconds, and then my brain starts to hurt.
It's a lot of fear mongering, and I don't say that in a way of kind of being conspiracy theories XYZ, but
I do.
You get the gist of it, and then you go, okay, this is what's going on in the world. And I feel like a lot of it is kind of just reiteration of this is what's going on. You think, okay, I've got that little bite-sized piece I need.
Yeah, I don't want to feel any more bloody depressed about my life. Like, come on. Like, I would love to switch on and watch a TV show and be like, and it makes you feel good, makes you happy. I guess for me, like, YouTube sort of does that for me. Like, I don't watch any TV.
Really? Not even
None.
Netflix?
I watch TV, but that's on my computer.
Yeah.
The actual physical TV box with, like your Freeview or Sky and whatnot. I hate it because it's so depressing, man. And I don't want to be depressed. I want to feel good.
That's true.
It's a nightmare, mate. But so, yeah, not even seeing any music. Like, I think this is the first year where I haven't seen any live bands.
Not even before kind of lockdown came in?
Nah, nothing.
Damn.
I know.
I think I went to 2 concerts before lockdown, but then even after that, it's just where everyone started cancelling. You think, okay, this is gonna be around for some time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I see, like, bands and stuff and artists and even festivals, they're doing it for next year. And I'm a little reluctant to even attempt to book something, because what's the point? You're going to book it. Like, I booked a load of concerts for this year to go to, and I had to cancel them all. So I'm thinking, well, what's the point? Until, like, this is all over with, I'm just going to stay indoors, stay away from everyone, not leave the house, just get drunk.
Agreed.
Well, it's all we can do, so it's like, I tell you what, enough of this depressing shit. We could be here all night talking about fucking COVID-19. Jesus Christ.
Everyone and their mums is talking about the pandemic. Enough of that shit. Yeah.
I know. It's mental. So let's get straight into it then. So, like, you're a fashion designer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you are. It'd be fun if you won. But so, like, how did you get into it? Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm thinking, like, what are you into back there? If you want, but, like, how did you get into it then? What's your backstory?
I mean, from a young age, it sounds so pretentious, but from birth, I've been in a heavy metal household. That my mum and dad, massive rockers.
Right.
It was kind of, instead of being like, oh, okay, there's pop and there's Spice Girls, like, listen to this, listen to AC/DC, listen to this Judas Priest album, of going, oh, this is good, I like this.
So good.
But it is kind of that exploration of going, okay, there are people that wear this kind of leather and studs, and I can't find that on the street. How do I get into it? And it just slowly kind of fell from customizing clothing, and then one of my friends gave me a challenge to make something from scratch that I would wear.
Really?
Yeah, so it kind of just spiraled from there. I went, oh, I'll do it as a challenge, and then it was, oh, I'm getting quite a lot of attention for this. People want pieces, sure, okay.
Yeah, right. Did you find it easy?
Yes and no.
Did it come to you easy?
Some of it. I mean, a lot of it comes down to kind of, I love anything that's kind of artistic and fashion related, that I will just do it for hours and hours and hours. So the side of it of building a brand and creating is no problems, but it's kind of getting that clientele and target, well, no, like target market sounds really rude, but just growing clientele and supporters, that's the difficult bit.
Yeah.
Because I can be quite shy at times and be very secluded. So it's like going out and talking to people sometimes. I'm like, oh God, hello.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. It's not the easiest. People think it is easy, but it's not. I mean, I guess some people are good at it more than others, but it certainly helps when you are passionate about what you do.
Yeah, yeah. And there has been times as well where, I don't know, I imagine it's the same for you. When you're really passionate about something and then you're talking to someone about it and you kind of spiral, and it's happened sometimes with meetings where I'll say about like a piece of clothing and they're like, yeah, just put some studs on it, and I'll start just going, yeah, we can do this and we can do that, and there's references to this, and you get really in the zone, and they're kind of just there going, like, oh, okay.
So what has she been smoking?
Literally, probably. I think I'm off my tits, where I'm just there going, yes, obscure references.
Yeah. Well, it's all what it's about. Like, it's all a part of the show, isn't it? It's all what it's all about. Like, you know, you enjoy it, so you give off that energy. Maybe some people don't understand it, but you know, like, how do you come up with, like, how do you see it? I know that's like when creating a song, like obviously it just comes to you out of nowhere, or you could be, or like in a dream, and you get ideas in a dream. Like, how does it come for you then?
A lot of it similar, where I'll kind of see, even if it's just a little detail on a piece of clothes, and I'll see kind of like, just think, oh, that's really cool, and then you adapt it and evolve it and keep working with the idea. But I have the same thing where there's been times where I'm like dead asleep, and then I'll think of just an idea or a pair of pants, and I sleep with a sketchbook next to my bed, which is kind of embarrassing.
That's
So then if I wake up in the middle of the night and have an idea, I'm like, okay, write it down, and then go to bed. But it is kind of, it's like that sweet spot in between sleep and daydream where your mind kind of relaxes, and then you can get all that inspiration flowing. But a lot of it comes from music as well. I mean, obviously, like, you don't make clothes like this and not be a Judas Priest fan.
I know. I was just listening to Judas Priest, Painkiller. So I've been doing some like reaction videos, and someone commented, it's like, NJ, check out Judas Priest Painkiller live in Irvine Meadows. I think it's like 91. Fuck me.
Iconic.
It's like just melted your face. And it's like,
speaking of face melting, I did see your Rammstein reaction as well.
Oh, no way, you checked it. Oh,
yeah.
like I said in it, I was like, man, I wish I could understand what they were saying. I was like,
Zona, here comes the sun.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
No way. It would take me, like, don't get me wrong, I love Rammstein. I love their riffs, I love the music, but just to be able to understand what he's saying, that would take it another level for me.
Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Like, my best friend's German, so it's that learning curve of picking up words and stuff. And it is, you kind of get to grips when you're going, is he really saying that? Okay, yeah, he is saying that. But it's weird. It's a blessing, because you can go, oh, okay, I know what he's singing about. And then sometimes you think, I don't really want to know what he's singing about.
I know. You see like some of their music videos, and they are pretty out there. Like, I remember the one that sticks to mind. I don't know if it's the filthiest or whatever, but it's that the one where they're dressed in fat suits.
Oh, Kein Lust, yeah.
What was it called?
Kein Lust.
Kein Lust. So you got that out. So you're a big fan then. You know all the songs. You even know how to pronounce the bloody song names.
Yeah, it's, once again, my German friend, if I pronounce anything incorrectly, it's a good teaching point, but she's like, no, it's wrong, say it like this. I'm like, okay, I'm really sorry.
Have you seen them live?
Yes, probably too many times.
Are you serious?
Fucking
hell. Yeah, I haven't seen them live yet, so it's like,
dude, if you can get tickets for the shows they're doing, which fingers crossed they're next year, it is worth it. I mean,
are they playing Download?
No, and do you know what? I'm surprised that they're not, but
Who?
I think it probably is something to do with the stage production they have at the moment, because it is. I've never seen anything like it. It's big.
Really? I've seen the video. I know the videos don't even pay just. Oh, okay, yeah, they're not playing download. Kiss, Biffy,
Sadly.
yeah, Kiss, Biffy, Clyro, and System of a Down are, but yeah, you just see the videos, and videos don't hold it. You know, there's no justice.
Yeah.
Like, especially like for me, I guess the closest thing would be Kiss.
Do you know what? I've never seen Kiss, and it makes me so sad. Because everyone either says it's amazing or it's terrible, and at this point I don't
Really?
care. I just want to see them.
Just want to see them before they croak it.
They're icons, though. I mean, it is that kind of pedestal of if you view. I know some people have opinions of a band and things like that, but you got to respect just where they've put bands and what they've done for bands, and
I know,
just game changers, absolute game changers.
without a doubt. You know, great songs and iconic makeup, and everyone just sees them. Like, you don't even have to listen to rock music, and you see a picture of them, and they're like,
And
"Oh, that's Kiss," and you know it's Kiss. And but what I love about them is the marketing aspect, like how they've managed to basically make everything. If there's something that they can sell, they'll sell it.
They'll do it. Yeah.
Like, there's probably water. I'm sure there's like Kiss water. There's got to be. Are you kidding me? Gene Simmons he's all over that, I bet.
He's a businessman. He knows what's up. But that's how they've still stayed so strong and such a cult following, is that they know how to do it, and they know how to promote themselves and be businessmen. Whereas, I mean, there's a lot of classic bands. When you think, I mean, it's the same thing with the Stones. There's so many people that aren't fans of the Rolling Stones, but you see that logo of the mouth and people know.
Yeah. Well, like, people wear those T-shirts and they have no idea. They just wear it.
Yeah.
They wear it because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. Like, whether it's a girl or a guy that wears bands T-shirts, and I see the way they look, and I'm like, come on, you don't listen to that.
It's such a double-edged sword, because you can think, okay, you know, maybe they're doing it for the fashion and they just like it, but then also it's kind of that spiral of thinking, okay, are they going to go out and listen to them, and maybe that's a little gateway, but
yeah
a lot of the time it's, oh, okay, that looks cool, I'll wear it.
I think
Go listen to the band.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I swear I've seen a Justin Bieber picture with him wearing Metallica or Slayer. And I'm thinking, like, come on, really? Like, I'll be blown a fucking way if that's in his playlist. But
he is apparently a massive Tool fan, which I'll give him
really,
respect for that. Apparently,
no shit.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I've seen Tool live.
I only saw them live for the first time last year, and I'll be completely honest, I only went and saw them because all the people I was working with at Download were like, we have to go and see Tool. Tool are amazing.
Yeah. Never
listened to anything, and I was completely blown away. I was so impressed.
Really?
Yeah, so I came back a Tool fan, but rather late than never.
Yeah. Were you sober or not sober?
Yes.
You were sober?
Yeah,
my God.
Which then afterwards I understood, because one of my mates was going, oh yeah, I just downed like a load of, I don't even know what, like took shrooms and acid and all that. And he was like, it was the greatest show ever. And then when I saw all the projections, I wwent, okay, I understand why people take drugs and listen to this music.
I know. That was me. I was high as a fucking kite. I think I saw him at the Nokia Theatre in Los Angeles.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it is in downtown LA. My God, yeah, we were smoking before, during, and after the show. I was just out. I was seeing things that obviously wasn't there, and people beside me were just like pissing themselves. Like, I swear to God, to this day, I was seeing fucking unicorns. But that's another story. Yeah, and then
is that on the most recent one or a few years back?
No, that was shit. I want to say 2012, 2011, I think.
Okay.
So what? Jesus Christ, coming up probably 10 years ago. But yeah, it was insane. And then not only that, you have to you know, it's not a band where you can just like groove to, because their time
Yeah.
signatures are all over the place. But I get it, being a drummer. But apart from that, like, I dig them. I dig them. They got some banging songs. They're great musicians, phenomenal musicians. But yeah, like going back to Kiss, I see they're playing in Dubai. I think it's Dubai, at the Atlantis Hotel for New Year's Eve.
What, this year?
Yeah. They're playing it.
Oh,
They're I think you can get obviously tickets, and then like it'd be like they're streaming it. But that I might check it out, to be fair. Like, even if it's like 20 quid or something, 25 quid, fuck it, you know? Like, what else am I going to be doing on New Year's? Like we said, we've got no plans. So just watch a fucking... Exactly. Exactly. Like, me and a bunch of million, probably a few thousand, few million might check it out, you know?
It is kind of scary when you think, I wonder how much money that they make in comparison to touring with live streaming, because I suppose there's the not really the excess of necessarily shipping and tour buses and planes and all of that, which it's kind of cool to think that people still have that pathway in the music industry at the moment, but it's also kind of scary. I don't want that to become more of, I don't know, like a regular thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the new normal.
Yeah, I'd much rather be there in the crowd enjoying it.
Yeah, you can't beat it. You honestly can't. And I've missed it so much. I'm interested and intrigued to see what is my first one back. Like, do you have an idea? Do you have any idea what bands you would love to see when?
I would love to see, touch wood, I haven't got any wood near me, but Sleep Token are apparently doing a concert in March, and they want to do it socially distanced. And same thing, wasn't really a huge fan of them until I got introduced. And they're kind of, I don't want to say they're on the same level of Ghost, but they have a level of anonymity in their band.
Oh my God, yeah. I just, Googled them. Sleep Token, I've never heard of him, but the guy has a mask on with a...
Yeah. Really incredible vocals, but I was very, very impressed when I saw them.
Is it Screamo or?
No, it's to be honest, I don't even know what the guy's name is, but you know the song "Take Me to Church"? It's played on the radio all the time.
Oh yeah, they covered that.
Vocals like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because at first I got told that and thought, that's not really a bit of me, and then heard Sleep Token. It's just with all the music of really heavy riffs behind it. It works. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So I've typed it into Google, and Wikipedia said it comes up like with members, and it says the members is Vessel.
Yeah, Vessel's the singer.
So it's only him?
No one knows. No one bloody knows. It's probably the same deal with Ghost, where they can swap people in and out, and there's not really a huge issue with band change ups and things, but it's interesting. I any band that kind of decides to cover their face up and be anonymous, I'm like, yes, I'm all here for it. It's
really,
yeah, like Ghost, Batushka, anything like that. I just think it takes away from idolizing an artist, where you can just look at the music itself and what they're doing and kind of the art they're projecting into the world. That sounds so fucking pretentious. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Anything goes on this show, but I guess you're right. Like I don't know about you, but I've missed the mystique big time. Big time. It's missing massively, and it's like, I know that, I'm sure back in the day, a load of bands probably sound like a load of bands, you know, when first Motley Crue came out, and then after, you know, Motley Crue, there was like Poison, Rat, and all these bands, and they all sound sort of similar, sort of like wanting to look like it, and I guess that is with now, but I miss it, man. There's nothing, because I was just speaking the other day and saying that, for me, rock stars, right? They're like superheroes to me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I just hit 30 last weekend, right?
Happy birthday, or belated birthday.
Muchas gracias. I was 30. I'm thinking, oh my God. Oh my days. You know, I didn't think I'd honestly get it, but I'm here, thankfully. I still feel like I'm 15, but
That's not a bad thing though. If you still feel young, that's what matters.
right? That's what I'm saying. Age is just a number, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, who cares? Fuck it. 30 is the new 15. And yeah, so it's just, you know, I was thinking, speaking to someone, and they were like, where do we go from here then? It's like we've got all these newer bands. They're nothing like the olden days, nothing whatsoever. And I feel like I've missed a massive part of music in general. Meaning,
I think it has felt like there's been some disconnect in music, and people can probably call me out and be like, no, that's fucking bollocks. But when you look at mainstream festivals, and especially in the rock scene, a lot of bands aren't given the opportunity to headline and be that new kind of big thing, so to speak. Like when you
you're right. You're right.
It's kind of like your Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Slipknot. Which, no disrespect, because I fucking love watching those bands live. It's always a good thing.
Yeah.
But there needs to be that kind of progression of going, do you know what? This band is upcoming. They are big. We need to just give them that slot, regardless if people kick off and don't like it.
Yeah.
Because they will, otherwise they're just going to go into obscurity, which no one wants that.
Exactly. No, you've got, that is, I think you're right. I think you nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
The
I
fact,
hope so.
well, yeah, the fact that they haven't been given, they do get an opportunity, obviously playing festivals and whatnot, but as well as like everyone's accessible now.
Yes.
Meaning like social media. Whether you like it or hate it, it's its own animal. I mean, what's your thoughts on social media?
I was having this conversation the other day. I can't really speak that ill of it, because I'm so grateful for what it's brought me, and I wouldn't have what I have today without social media.
Right.
However, I do think that when it's left to its own devices, it's a very, very toxic environment. And but I suppose that's like with anything in life, that if you kind of look into the negative parts of it, you will find it. But I do think sometimes there's a lot of people that have an opinion that necessarily shouldn't be voiced. It's like the same thing. It's a double-edged sword, because no one should be blocked from their freedom of speech. But there is a level when you think people are just being hateful for no reason, and you think, okay, you're just being negative.
Exactly. Well, I always say opinions are like arseholes.
Everyone's got one.
Exactly. So, I don't know if you've been on. Are you on Twitter?
No, I deleted Twitter years ago, but for the same thing, that it's just a lot of people complaining, and I went, if people want to do that, cool, but it's not for me.
Well, I guess it's the same as like, I think people, when they're behind something, their inner fucking demons come out, or something happens, and exactly like when you're driving a car. Like I know a bunch. You probably know a bunch of people that drive a car, and they're nothing how they are when they're outside of a car to when they're inside of a car. It's something, I don't know.
Cuts them up, and then you see that whole new personality.
Yeah, like I'm probably one of them. You know, I must admit, like, yeah, I get a bit pissed off, like sitting in traffic, and like I get it all the time. But it's exactly the same, I guess, with when you're on a phone, because you're not face to face with someone.
Exactly. There's that level of where you feel you can say anything and everything, because you're not in front of the person. But if you said that in front of said person, you'd be there going, don't think this is a really good idea.
Exactly. Like, can you remember the days? Did you have a MySpace account?
Oh, years and years ago.
Did you have a Bebo account? Do you remember Bebo?
Yes. Oh my God. So I literally had to think about it. I was like, what the hell is Bebo? Yes. Yes, I did. Many, many years ago. I think it got deleted after like leaving school or something. But
yeah.
Same thing though. People used to be so hateful on like MySpace and Bebo.
I know. It's a mad. How do you deal with that? Do you get it with with your with the content you post?
Oh, absolutely. But that's the joys of
Really?
Instagram, is that there's a filter on Instagram. So cuss words and things like that, particular ones, that I just have them filtered so I don't see them. Because it's not the same thing. Everyone's allowed their opinion. And if you're having a bad day, just, if you need to vent it, go for it. But, you know, sometimes you just think, I don't need to see it. So if people want to post it, cool. But I don't need that shit. I'm just literally sitting at my fucking sewing machine enjoying my day. I don't need someone being like, you're a bitch. I'm like, okay.
It's like, fucking Christ. Why do you think,
Yeah.
do you ever think, like, why are people like that?
I think it's kind of pent up aggression, maybe, or
Do you
something
reckon?
like that. Yeah, I think a lot of it on social media. I mean, even when you look at it from a music standpoint, that, you know, if you band you like releases a track you don't enjoy or something like that, you just think, it kind of spirals. You think like, oh yeah, fuck that band, fuck this, fuck that. Okay, I'm gonna go write a hateful comment. Like, it's just, and then you feel better about it because you've expressed it.
I guess so, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Mate,
it's a weird one.
Human beings are fucking weird.
Oh, absolutely. Myself included. Like, today I found out it was something so stupid. Like, it was a member change in a band I like, and then literally I was running around the house like, fuck this, fuck that.
No,
Why
you
did
wasn't.
this member leave? 100%, swear to God. I was so annoyed.
Who
But it is
was
that
it?
thing of, I don't know if I want to name them now.
Do it.
I was to say, no disrespect to the band, because I like buy their music, I enjoy their music, but it is that thing of going, I could have just gone online and been like, no, I'll just send torrents of abuse, but I was like, no, just yell about it on your own. Really impress the neighbours.
It's amazing, isn't it, what things we love do to us, whether it is music, whether it is like a friendship, or a relationship, all these things.
Like it becomes a lot more personal with music as well, because it's kind of that, I don't know how to word it. You know, when you listen to something every day, you listen to a band and you have that connection, and then you feel like there's some sort of relation of, I don't know, almost like, oh, this band owes me something. So when they do something wrong, I feel a lot of people have that standpoint of going, well, I can say whatever I want because I support the band.
Yeah.
But it is a weird one.
It is weird. Like, two things that spring to mind for me, it's like you're saying, this attachment. I remember when Michael Jackson died, and fucking, I was crying my eyes out.
Oh,
and I was like, I don't even know the bloke. It's like, yeah, I don't even know the bloke. He doesn't even know me. Doesn't even know I exist. And yet,
but he made an impact.
His music made a fucking impact. Exactly. Yeah. Like, cut right through me, got to me 100%. And it still does to this day. But it's weird. Like, yeah. You know, I don't know how old was I? When did he die? 2009, was it? So I must have been like
around about that time.
19, I think. So yeah, a young man, so fucking bawling his eyes out over Michael Jackson dying.
Shedding a manly tear.
Exactly. It is ridiculous how we get these attachments to things. And another thing was like, I watch football. Man United is my team. And literally the other day, I think, it was last night, and they were obviously playing football, and they did a mistake, and I am going ballistic. I literally hit the fucking roof, and I'm surprised I didn't pick up something and just throw it at the telly, because I was livid. And you think, NJ, you twat, mate, it's a football match. Grow the fuck up. Is it that?
But it's that energy.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of vibe where when you enjoy something so much that you do get emotional and you do get very attached to it.
Mate, it's so weird. You know, I've grown up Man United my whole life, so it is. I've always said it's my first girlfriend. it's my first love. You know, so it's just like when they do something wrong, it feels like they're cheating on me. Or so, mate, it is so fucking. Mate, this whole life is bonkers. isn't it?
It is. It is.
Do you ever
I
have?
suppose.
Yeah,
Hmm?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say it's kind of like that weird thing of when you have emotional attachments to be it music and stuff like that, and then the vice versa of going, I can't stand something, and you, I don't know. It happened a few months ago where I was like, there is someone in the world whose favourite artist is Rick Astley, and then I met someone whose favourite artist was Rick Astley, and you
No,
think
you
this shit
didn't.
like it exists, it's legit.
Mate, are we living in a simulation? I get that all the time. I tell you that. I get it all the time where I think of something and then
Mm.
next minute it happens.
And you think this is too convenient for it to be true. Like, what's going on?
It's like I don't believe in coincidences,
Mm.
and why? Because they happen so often.
I'm very much a believer of if you invite energies into
Mm,
kind of your space, that will happen. I know that probably sounds very hippy dippy, but I think it's
mm.
more kind of a psychological thing of kind of keeping out negativity. I don't know. That sounds so pretentious.
Would you say you're a spiritual person?
Fuck no.
Really?
No, I think that's about as spiritual as I get of just kind of it, but it's like positive affirmations. I think that's the more logical way of doing it. Of if you invite positivity into your life, it will stay there.
Really? So I'm
Yeah.
always trying to work out. It's like, oh, I'm a positive guy, I guess. Like I'm happy-go-lucky. I love meeting new people like yourself. I love doing good things. I love going places, doing just trying to live your best life. But it
Mm.
always, do you find this? There's always something that will happen. You're like, for fuck's sake, really? And it could be in your best moment. Like
Yeah.
you've had your best moment, and then you just go, oh fucking hell, oh no, because you know something's gonna happen, like bad's gonna happen. Do you find that?
Sometimes I think it's that balance, but well, I don't know if it's your brain kind of going something really good's happened, so now something bad has to happen to kind of level it out a little bit. But I think if everything was perfect in life, it would be fucking boring. Right. Fuck that.
Well, I guess you're right. You ever met people that just shit good luck?
Yes. Um ah, I'm very, very happy for those people, but I'm also extremely jealous. It's one of my best friends. I love him to absolute pieces, and he works as kind of tour management, and he's always like, the universe will provide for me. Like, I don't have work right now, the universe will provide for me, and then 2 days later gets his dream tour, and I'm like, I'm so happy for you, but also
What?
what the hell.
What the fuck?
I should probably have that mindset and become more of a spiritual person. Just be like, the universe will provide for me.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That is hilarious. Like for me, yeah, don't get me wrong. I think of things all the time, and they come happen. But they always, for me, it's always like not quite. Like for an example, like I remember, as we probably all do it. It's like fucking hell. I wish I could win the lottery.
Mm.
Like my life would be so much better if I had fucking 30 million in the bank. So I remember a period in my life, I think it was in 2011, and I was like, I think it was like on a constant daily basis, I was thinking, fuck, I need to win this lottery. And, come on, I see all these other people do it. Why the fuck can't
Why
I do
not
it?
me? Yeah.
What am I? I'm no different to anyone else, It's like, why not me? Give me a fucking chance. And I fucking played the lucky dip, right? I'd play it online, played a lucky dip on the Euros Million.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I got an email, and it said you've won. I was like, oh great, it's probably fucking £2.50 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And log into my account, and if you've won like a little amount, it will show you in the top right hand corner.
Yeah.
And nothing was there. I was like, wait a minute, what's this, a fucking glitch or something? Something's going on. And it wasn't until like I clicked in the messages and saw it, it's like, wow, like you have won X amount. Dude, Soph, I was one fucking number away from 65 million.
Oh my God. That's mad.
I think, I swear, like I've got a picture of it.
You're like, I got the receipt.
Yeah, I had to take a picture. It's insane. I'll try and show it if it will. If it's the glare might be too much for it. Yeah, but can you imagine just one number? I was saying to myself, well, okay, well, it's a lucky dip. It's not as though I planned it. It's not as though those numbers came out. It's just a sheer luck. I don't know. See, I have to send it to you. It ain't gonna do it, is it?
It's anonymity though. People are going to start using the numbers otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll send you the screenshot. But yeah, it's like I could not believe it. You think, but what's the saying? Like so close, but yet so far. You think? Can you imagine if you won 65 million? What the fuck? What would you do if you won it? What would be the first thing you would do if you won? Like, what's it plays tonight? Like, if you woke up tomorrow and you found out you've won 65 million.
I'd buy a lot of fucking leather. I mean, there's a industrial estate down where I live, so I'd probably buy a warehouse unit or something like that and expand my brand. But also, I don't know, I'd probably buy my mum another house or something.
Yeah.
Be like, there you go, happy Christmas.
Why not? Fuck it. For me, I would have to be like, I'd have to make it a mission to spend the whole lot.
Yeah, like that's a challenge to go, okay, I've got 65 million. Let's spend it.
Let's spend it. I understand, like, I know that people have done, 1, 2, 3, 4 million and spunked it all. I mean, fucking hell. Like, come on.
That's doable.
That is so doable in this day and age. Like 30 years ago, that's 2, 3, 4 million's a lot of money 30 years ago. But right now, as soon as you buy a house, a car, you could easily spend 2 million right there.
Exactly. So living in the southeast of England, getting houses are like 300 grand. I'd be like, yep. And now we're going to do the interior decoration.
It always blows my mind as well. Like, how on earth did fucking houses become this expensive? And how did people accept it?
That's the one weird thing is I've got mates kind of up in Manchester and Midlands, and they're all going, I've just bought a house, I'm going to buy another one. And you think, I'm really pleased for you, but where I'm living down southeast England, I'm like, how are you buying houses in this economy? Like, I'm really, really pleased. But then, of course, you look up sort of Cumbria, and it's about 70 grand for a house.
No shit.
It's so cheap. It kind of makes me think, do I just want to move up north for a little bit and just buy a house?
Well, yeah.
Be done with it.
I know, yeah. They are, I must admit, the northern people, they are friendlier. Every time I go up there, there's always like, look, you go past Birmingham. And they always like are friendly. It's weird. Like, I guess maybe it's different to where you are. Are the people friendly where in the southeast?
I mean, the kind of everything you hear about rush hour in London and commuters, it's all real. I don't think people are the nicest during rush hour, but that's the same thing. I went to Scotland a few years ago and was expecting everyone to be a little bit rude, and they were so nice. So I want to live in Scotland. Everyone's lovely.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like, because there's always that divide, the north and east, like north and south. But every time, like if I go to Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, like you said, Scotland, they're also like friendly, bubbly.
Manchester, I like Manchester a lot. It's good.
Manchester's a good time. I mean, it's kind of a weird city. I don't know whether it's kind of just where I'm too used to London of going, okay, everything's there, and there's certain areas where you go to here for like a rock bar and you go to here to do this and do that, where Manchester's kind of just, it's kind of dotted about. It's very eclectic. That's the word I'm thinking of. Nice.
I do like that about it, and I love Satan's Hollow.
Satan's Hollow.
Have you never heard of it? Oh my god,
no.
It's a club in Manchester. A mutual friend used to own it. I'm not sure if he still does or not.
Oh my god.
You walk in and it looks like some sort of satanic church. It is great. I had a whale of a time there.
What?
Yeah, have you looked up photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is great.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
There's like a devil inside, like a massive
Yeah,
devil.
yeah, and there's loads of steel gates and things like that. I have no idea if Cam still owns it or not, but it's awesome. I recommend it. Once COVID is finally over,
Right?
go to Satan's Hollow.
It's not in the gay district, is it? I'm just checking out on Google Maps. I'm seeing New York gay bar and gay Manchester is like his next door neighbors. It's like, okay.
Maybe. Honestly, the first and only time I've been
Oh
there
yeah, it
is
is in the gay. It's in the gay village.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. How
Oh.
fucking weird's that? That's crazy.
I honestly, I don't even remember kind of going into the venue. It was I went to see Devin Townsend for my birthday with one of my friends up there, and then he was like, "You need to come to Satan's Hollow. Let's go." And it was great. Loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I love that about cities where, for me personally, you can just walk around. You haven't got to get in a car. You haven't got to go on the underground or a train or somewhere just to go to another place. I love where you can just go from one place, just walk a couple, blocks, and then you can hit somewhere. I love that. I love when it's all confined in one area.
Glasgow. If you haven't been, that's like Glasgow.
Yeah, I like Glasgow a lot. It's a rough and ready town, that place is. Bloody hell. I mind you,
it's so welcoming. It's a weird one, but same thing where everything's near everything. It's walking distance, and it's kind of weird, but I like it.
Have you been to Australia?
No, I'm a little bit terrified that everything's going to kill me there, because
I tell you what, I do not know how people survive there. It blows my mind. Because literally everything there will kill you, and that's that's not including the women. It is bananas. I mean, I was fortunate enough to live there for a bit. I saw everything apart from a shark.
Really?
So, everything: crocodiles, kangaroos, spider. Like, I saw a fucking bat. I was in Surfer's Paradise. I think it was like second night there, and we're outside. It's the summertime, just wearing shorts, t-shirt, flip-flops. We're outside having a few fucking schooners, as they call it, which is like a small pint. And I look up, I hear this noise, like rustling noise in the palm tree right by the side of me. Oh, obviously, I'm thinking, oh my God, what the fuck is that? But luckily, it was up high.
Yeah.
I look up, and I shit you not. I can see it right in my mind right now, and it was a bat, right? And it was the size of a fucking dog. It hanging upside down. It was huge. It was like,
I can't say like I'd be enamored, but I'd also be slightly terrified.
It's like, fucking Christ! I shit my pants. I just drank my drink. I was like, right, I'm out. See ya. I'm done. Fuck this place. Can you it's probably, I would say, like a little bit bigger than a Jack Russell.
Oh no, that's a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, you see little bats in England and stuff like that. Yeah, but they must be like big, not like
fucking the size of it. Like, he had bigger fucking thighs than I did. It's like, what in the world? What is this place? And I was thinking, I was like, you fucking live here with this? He's like, yeah, his name's fucking George. He's cool. It's like, all right, but I tell you what, I'd go there. I'd go back in a fucking heartbeat.
I'd definitely go one day. I don't know. I think I've got friends that live out there and they love it. I think it is that kind of thing of going, okay, you're going to see spiders and anything that's poisonous, but I don't know, everyone raves about it.
It's like England. Obviously, they drive on the same side of the road as us, but it's a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Obviously, the weather, the climate's so much better.
I do like Aussies. They're all nuts.
Yeah, the people are fucking absolute maniacs.
It is funny. My mentor of sorts. I know it's such an Australian thing, but for like 6 years, I had never heard him call someone a cunt, and I'm like, you are Australian, and I've never heard you use that word. And he's like, well, I'm trying to be fucking polite. That's the females around, aren't they?
That's
like, if you want me to
hilarious.
say cunt, I'll say cunt. I'm like, please.
That's what I didn't know. I was like, because they call so a mate in Australia. No, let me get this straight. So a cunt, when someone calls you a cunt, so say for instance, example, hey, Sophie, you cunt. That's a good thing. But if I say, hey, Soph, mate, that's a bad thing.
Are you going to have a fight? But it's like Britain, when you see someone in a pub and they're going to fight, they're like, mate, do you want to take this outside? I'm like, oh, they're not getting on. They're not having a good time.
Yeah, it's weird. Everything is up. Literally, it's reversed. Yeah, so
I do love the Aussie insult, dog ass mole. That brings me so much joy.
Mate, yeah, I'd go. The only problem is, like I said, I'd go back in a heartbeat. It would take longer than a fucking heartbeat to get there. That's the only downside of the place. It takes so long to get there.
Joys of visas and all that jazz, and fucking 18-hour flight on top of that. I don't think I could spend 18 hours on a plane. I'd lose my mind.
What's the longest you've done?
12 or 14, I think.
Where was that to?
Los Angeles.
Okay, you've done that trip, yeah. And that's bad enough, right? That's
intense.
Yeah. Was it direct, or did you stop over?
It was a direct flight. I mean, it was when I was really, really young, so I can't really remember it that bad. But it was, I think, Heathrow to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles to Hawaii, and that was intense.
Fuck. Yeah. Hey, bring on like supersonic travel or some shit, or even better yet, like time machines or something.
Bring back Concorde.
I know, right? You think how did that ever get out of business?
Because it fell apart.
Literally in Paris, right?
Yeah, literally. The plane fell apart or something like that. I don't want to say like confirmed, because I was having this conversation a few months ago. I'm pretty sure my dad went on Concorde when it was a thing. Not confirmed. Can't remember. Okay. But like to get from, I think it was London to New York in like 3.5-4 hours or something. You think that's suspicious.
That's going some. Like, what the hell is that plane on to be going that fast? I mean, there's like, you would think it's, apart from it falling apart, you would think, okay, well, there's a load of rich people nowadays. It's not like I guess even back then there was still rich people, but I don't know how much the tickets were. I don't know whether it's like £1,000 or something. No idea.
No idea. Don't even want to think about it. It was either him or a business person he worked with. But you think like, I mean, if it costs best part of between 600 to £1,000 to travel to America on a commercial, you don't even want to think about how much that costs.
I know. What's the most you've ever paid for a flight?
Oh, good question. I don't even want to think about this.
I know.
I remember paying an extortionate amount for a Ryanair flight to Germany after just booking to go somewhere and then being told, oh, can you come a day early? And you think, yeah, no problem. And just the fees on top. And then also, if you fly on a different day, it's more expensive. And you just think...
Yeah, Ryanair will rape you. Like, you even have to... do you have to pay for your own luggage or something? Something like that? I think it's Ryanair.
Something like that now. I've had this is going to sound really like... I've had the fortunate experience of... where if I go to Germany, I'll normally fly to Dusseldorf, so I have to take British Airways now. So I'm like, I don't need Ryanair.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, till I want to go on like a bender in Amsterdam, and I'll be like, oh, sorry, Ryanair, please come back.
Yeah, I know, mate. I must admit, you know, those cheap tickets when you can be like 45 quid, even less than that. You can go for like 30 quid to like Marbella or something, like, or Ibiza. Mate, I gotta go to Ibiza so bad. So bad.
A long time ago, but
you've been?
Yeah, once again, when I was young though, so I don't think it really counts.
Nah, you got to go when you're 18 plus. But just those city.
Barcelona, that's the one. Went there with my sister a few years ago and absolutely loved it.
Really?
Mhm.
That is
Bollocks bar.
interesting.
There was to be honest, she'd done it complete coincidence, but she booked a hotel about 50 yards away from a metal bar, and I was like, you could not have done more perfect.
And what was it called?
Bollocks bar.
Bollocks Bar. I'm trying to think of the one that I went to. Okay, no.
You walk into Bollocks bar and there's a giant Eddie shitting on a toilet. You'll
What?
remember it if you've been. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I went to a one. It's like a skater. Nah, Bollocks Bar. Oh, hang on. Nah. Oh, hang on. Did it have a? Nah.
Bollocks bar, you walk in there and there's it's a little bit like the Crowbar in London. So there's videos of like, they'll play classic heavy metal shows, and there's mirrors and post-it notes of artwork and all that stuff.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see there's a motorcycle in there hanging up.
Yes. It's
So
fucking great.
It looks fucking bitchin'. That's sort of something similar to the skate bar. It's a skate. It's got like skate ramps. You know, it's not big. It's not a massive place. It's like the Bollocks Bar.
Yeah.
But it's got like a half pipe and like a bowl and people skate in there. It's fucking amazing. Like when I went to Barcelona last year. What the fuck is it called? That's where I went to. Nevermind. Did you go to Nevermind?
That sounds good.
Check it out. Everyone listening right now, check it out. Nevermind in Barcelona. Such a sick hang, like some cool, rock and rollers, skaters. And you can drink, be on like the half pipes and the ramps and shit while people are skating like in between you.
Oh my god.
It's like super fucking chill, super like literally right up our street.
They do have a next level of chill in Barcelona, which I do like.
Without a doubt. Don't get me wrong. Like I went to Madrid and then I went to Barcelona, like literally months apart. So both were, Madrid was fresh in my mind and Barcelona when I went. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll tell you straight up, I preferred Madrid.
Oh really? Okay.
I know, mate. See, I went when I went to Barcelona. You remember last year when those riots were there with like the whole Catalonia shit when they were.
Yeah, I went in. I think it was 2017, and it was 2 weeks after that terrorist thing in the Ramblas, and then I think it was 2 days after. Oh no, it's going to be one of the most secure places. So I was like, okay, there's a lot more police, but I think it was 2 days afterwards is when they started that thing with Catalan. And there were riots, and you think, okay, I definitely went in like the best place. So I'm out. Let's drama again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like,
you were there when there were riots?
Fucking right, I was. And I was like, are you? And this is another thing about life. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, this could have happened any time, and you do it when I'm fucking going there. But I think it was like the day before I went. The rioters, they congregated at the airport, and it was like a case of like, oh shit, are we still going? Like, God. Yeah, like, is this shit happening? And then I run the airline. I was like, yeah, we're still flying there. It's only in a certain section of the airport.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll still go. Fuck it. And then got there. Saw nothing. Like, they obviously disbanded, nothing. Saw nothing. Was there for 3 or 4 nights. Saw nothing. I was like, this is weird. It's like, I thought, like, I'm looking.
It's almost too good to be true.
Yeah, right? I was like looking at, people are sending me messages from back home. I'm watching the news, like Sky News back home, BBC News, and there you see all these fucking riots. I was like, what? I've seen nothing. Literally, the whole time I was there, I saw nothing apart from the last day, from the hotel back to the airport. Literally, the taxi ride I was in, we got stuck in it. Yeah, and the taxi, like, riot police everywhere, fucking people lobbing shit. It was a crazy, like, it was like, oh fuck. And I'm in a taxi, and I was so thankful to have this crazy taxi driver. Literally, as we're stuck on it, and he saw this shit happen, and he was just like, "Fuck this!" Pulled it in reverse, spun the fucking car around.
Nope.
Yeah, it's literally like a fucking movie, and we just went straight, got the fuck out of there, and that was intense. And I remember driving on like the highway, and we went over a bridge, and I shit you not, as far as I could see, thousands and thousands of people were like walking, protesting down a motorway. I was like, oh fuck, right.
Holy
And
shit.
they were all going to the fucking airport where I was going to.
Be like, please make the plane come faster. I want to leave.
Right? I know. So it's like, that was my experience of Barcelona. But apart from that, yeah, it was great. But I found it so fucking dirty.
You do get pestered a lot. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is when you're either just sitting on I remember I was just sitting on the beach with my sister, just drinking a beer. And then there were people every 2 minutes going, do you want to buy a drink? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? I'm like, judging that there is a beer in my hand, I do not want anything. Yeah. You can't get peace and quiet. But if you go to somewhere for nightlife and entertainment, then happy days. But I was like, I want some quiet time.
I know. Well, like even on was it Las Ramblas?
Yeah.
Like that's the main strip. Like that's where all, everything go, and it's like you're just walking down there. Yeah, it's going off, but then like you said, you're asking, do you want drugs? Do you want a blowjob? Do you want, this and that? It's like, what the fuck? Like, just leave me alone. Yeah,
my biggest regret with the Ramblers is that I knew that Rec was filmed in Spain, and I loved that film so much, and didn't realise that it's on that street. And I wanted to obviously go and see the apartment building where it was filmed, and then found out a couple of years later that it was there. And you're like, oh
mate,
I was there.
Yeah,
God damn it. Oh, but
fuck. Yeah,
it's an excuse to go back.
It's like if you asked me the question, NJ, where would you go back to? Madrid or Barcelona? Madrid. Have you been to Madrid?
No, but I'm open for it. I hear that all the architecture there and kind of all the Gothic churches are something else. And no shade to La Grada. Is it La Grada Familia?
The church. Yeah,
that's insanity. But yeah, I love all of that kind of Gothic architecture, and especially in Spain, it's something else.
Mate, I love like the weather, the food, the people. Beautiful, right?
True. I don't drink wine though, so I think it was every time it was like, do you want free sangria? No, I'm okay. Like the look of disrespect, like fucking English tourists.
Fucking wankers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, I love Spain. There's something about that place that holds dear to me heart. But yeah, Madrid, I was fortunate enough. I got stayed in an Airbnb, right? And have you ever stayed in an Airbnb?
No. I don't know whether that's good or bad.
Well, I tell you, it's fucking. You should.
Yeah. Okay.
The experience that I've had is really good. Like this Madrid one, it was right. So they've got like a royal palace, exactly like Buckingham Palace, and it's beautiful. And I found on Airbnb. An apartment right close to it.
Yeah.
Literally, you walk out the front door, and there it is. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, this has got to be like £1,000 a night. Are you kidding me? Something that, talk about location. This is, this was the place. And it's like 250 quid a night. And I was like, sold.
It's not horrendous though.
I know that. I was like, I'll have 3 nights, please. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And great. And it was like the apartment was modern. It was very, very plush. And and like I've still got the bloke's fucking contact details. So anytime it's like literally, I've got him on WhatsApp. His name is Victor.
Yeah.
Shout out Victor if you're watching. But like, and like I just like when there's COVID shit over, like, dude, sort me out fucking a weekend there again. Yeah,
that's me at the moment with Portugal. It's a few of my mates have just moved from Sweden to Portugal, which you think bit of a drastic change, but like it's honestly weather. Got bored of the snow. And it's like, you have to come to Portugal. Like it's really cool. And I was thinking I've never been. Like I'll give it a go maybe. And then started seeing all of the architecture and just all of that. And it's a similar thing. If you think, fucking hell,
no, England,
like, England's boring.
England,
go live elsewhere.
Yeah, England sucks, mate. Like I always say, my favorite place in England, if someone asks, favorite place in England is the airport. Heathrow.
Unless it's Terminal 2 at Heathrow, I can go fuck itself. There is nothing there. I don't care if it's the Queen's Terminal.
Really? I don't know. I've never done that. I've only done T5 and T3.
Yeah, Terminal 5. I like. It's got Wagamama.
Yeah, I know. Oh, mate.
That's when you know you fly too often. Is you're like, I enjoy this terminal. It's good. It's good terms.
Can we all just like appreciate? Because I don't know what it is, but when I'm at an airport in an airport lounge, I feel like I'm home. I don't know what the fuck it is, but something like I just feel a sense of this is where I should be.
There was one time, I'm pretty sure it was Gatwick. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was the weekend of Hellfest. And I was flying out to Austria and everyone in that terminal was flying to Hellfest. So there was just metalheads everywhere. And you know, you think amazing. Like, yeah. And then of course everyone's going, are you going to Hellfest as well? I'm like, no, sorry. Just letting the team down. But that's a very good feeling is when you walk into a terminal and there's just people in death metal t-shirts everywhere. Yeah. You think,
well, they instantly become your best mates. It's like, you know, you see an Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Metallica, and you're like, hey, what's up, mate? You know, you're just instantly bonded.
Yeah. But I had that. There was one time I was flying out to Germany, and there was a guy sat next. English. There was a guy sat next to me on the flight who is now one of my mates. But same thing is, he was looking at my Spotify and then saw that I was listening to metal music, and then found out that he was the drummer of Camelot. Sorry, hello, Alex. If ever he watches this. Hi. But it's that whole thing of, if it was just some random person who didn't really like rock music, you'd be like, no, fuck that, I'm not talking to them. But it is that community vibe of going, oh shit, okay, he knows what's up. Like, it's cool.
Do you think other music genres have that same aspect?
I'd love to think that. I would.
Like if someone saw like
dismiss that.
Yeah, like if someone was like, maybe, like, I don't know, like if someone was into like the Spice Girls, oh yeah, I like this. Maybe it's like a thing humans do, but I feel like it's more so in rock and metal.
There's a lot more of a stronger bond with rock music. I think people just get it. That is that thing of, if you're walking down the street and you see someone wearing, I don't know, like I always get really excited when I see someone wearing a Rammstein shirt, and you just kind of look at them like, he knows, they know, she knows.
Yeah.
These, I feel like you don't really get that with any other kind of genre.
I think you do, yeah. Yeah. It's the same like if you're playing, or if you hear someone, if you know someone or you go somewhere and they're playing the music you love and you're like, fuck, I like this guy. I haven't even fucking met him or her. And I instantly
was about to say that. Yeah.
Right? And I like that person. It's like, please don't fuck it up. Please be a cool person. But you've already
I hope this person is cool.
Yeah. But you've already you've opened, if someone's into the same music as we are, they've already opened themselves up. The gateway's open. It's just whether that person's an actual fucking decent human being or not is another story. But I guess
feel like there's, especially in kind of sorry, I keep cutting you off and being really rude, but
that's fine.
Especially in the whole metalhead and rock community, there seems to be more a tight-knit opinion, and not in a bad way. It's just that feeling of people going, they get it and they understand it. Of if you kind of say about music and riffs and musicians, like people know what you're talking about. You don't kind of get that blank face thing of going, okay, they're just really into what they're into. Like, especially like you wake up at a festival and you start ranting, and you'll kind of walk into someone random and then you'll start talking about bands and what they like and music. And I feel that you don't really get that elsewhere. I mean, I could be very wrong, I could be talking shit, but I feel especially like you always make friends at like rock shows and festivals and things like that.
Without a doubt. I think big time is because because rock and metal is not mainstream. And that's what I love about it. It's because it's not on TV, on the main fucking media. It's not. Yeah. It's like, look at the Grammys or any award show. There's they have a rock award, but it's always some fucking wanky band. It's like, what are they rocky? Like back in the day when I think Jethro Tull, they won an award and it should have been Metallica. It's like, but that's what I like about it. It's not mainstream. It's only like the select. I feel like it's the select few have like a gifted the opportunity to love this type of music, and that's what I love about it. Like imagine if everyone loved it. Like you said, it would be fucking boring.
True.
Life would be boring. There you go.
It is that kind of help and hindrance situation as well, where I mean, off the top of my head, Behemoth. That I fucking love Behemoth.
Behemoth.
But when they
Behemoth.
Polish. I don't want to say black metal band because I'll probably piss people off. But black and thrash metal band now, probably. I don't even know what they'd be classed as. But when they brought out The Satanist, I think that was in like 2013, 2014, they got fucking huge and kind of broke that mainstream barrier, and people got really pissed off about it because, black metal's supposed to be very underground and it's supposed to be a close-knit community. Yeah. But if they become mainstream, and it can be said with like Metallica and so many other bands, that once you've broken that mainstream and you're reintroduced to a wider audience, it's not necessarily a bad thing because they can be a gateway. So saying, okay, I really like what Behemoth do or what Metallica do, but I want something that's more thrash, more death metal, more black metal. And it kind of snowballs of going, you find all these other bands.
Yeah.
But I completely understand from a lot of fans' viewpoints where they go, no, we want to keep it a close-knit community and we don't want to share it with anyone else, which like there are some bands that I probably agree with that as well, but it's a weird one.
It is. So you love your black metal then? Am I guessing? Like that's right. That's what is that? So you like screamo? Am I saying, or is that too much?
Screamo's probably, I don't know, a little bit too, but I mean, I love my sweet spot is like new wave of British heavy metal, and I love 80s German thrash metal. That is
80s German thrash metal.
So Sodom.
Sodom.
Huge Sodom fan.
German thrash. Like you're shouting out bands that I'm just like, who the fuck are these?
Oh man.
Seriously. Like I've not gone too, like, don't get me wrong, I'm rock and roll, heavy metal through and through. It's my blood. But as far as like going down that rabbit hole,
yeah,
that you quite clearly have fucking dug.
I've gone straight down it, like
literally, like just straight up, yeah, German fucking 80s thrash metal. I'm in there.
That's kind of the sweet spot for me. But I peeped the Megadeth vinyl though, so if you're into Anthrax, you might enjoy that stuff.
Oh, I dig Anthrax. The what was it? The Four? Shit, I was only just seeing that. The Four, isn't it? The
Big Four, yeah.
Yeah, the Big Four, yeah. So if I said Vendetta, does that ring a bell? Vendetta?
No. I'm
Paradox.
Lost on that one.
Paradox.
You're educating me right now. I'm like, what?
Death Row. Tankard?
Oh, Tankard. Yeah, there you go. Tankard
Tankard.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
So
Tankard a couple of times.
I'm rolling off German fucking 80s thrash. Oh, okay. I think, yeah.
Tankard
Yes.
are a good time, but I feel it's one of those bands that they kind
Sodom.
of put them on at that plastered, everyone's really drunk moment, but they are
Okay.
really fun to watch.
So the title is this best German. So I just typed in 80s German thrash and I clicked on the website and it says that the title of it is best German thrash bands not named creator, Sodom,
Yeah.
Sodom or Destruction.
Oh man,
Is that right?
Yeah, Destruction's first album is a banger.
I gotta listen to this. I mean, fuck.
I mean, Sodom, I know someone's going to call me out because I think it's 1990 or 91, but Sodom's Tapping the Vein is one of my favourite albums. It is just, it's just like, you know when you listen to something and I'm like, you were fucking angry when you made this and I'm happy about it.
Really?
Yeah. It's just brutal.
Okay. I just put it on me Spotify. So if you see me doing this,
just like, yes!
You know what's going on. What I want to know then. So I've just had a smoke. Do you smoke?
I don't know. I'm one of these boring people.
No, don't smoke. I don't smoke either, but I tend to smoke when I drink. It like goes hand in hand, like a cigarette and a bottle of Jack Daniels. It's like
it is a very social thing.
Yeah. So you're drinking Jameson?
I am, yes. I'm having a cheeky Jameson.
So that's your go-to?
It is, yeah. To be honest, it's my first time drinking in about 2 weeks. Don't know. I'm just very, I suppose it's with kind of pandemic and it's that ease of going, well, you know, there's nothing going on. I should just drink. I'm like, no, we'll just wait till Fridays. Be behaved.
I haven't drunk since I last seen you.
Really?
Yeah. So what was that? I want to say a month ago, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah, 3-4 weeks ago. So yeah, I've just like cut it out. I can do that. I'm not like addicted to. Only thing I'm addicted to is like music, drumming. And,
good addictions though.
Yeah, great addictions. Like I'm not, booze. I can just cut it out. Cigarettes, I can cut it out. It's no big deal to me. Sorry if you're one of those persons, people that do struggle. But yeah, it's not me. So yeah, so I haven't drunk in about 3 weeks, and obviously it's my 30th birthday last weekend. Me boy Jason gave me this as a birthday present. So I was like, oh fuck. All right, let's crack on. Let's get back to normal. So it'd be a typical Saturday morning waking up with a hangover. But
there's got to be some normality.
Yeah, what more can a man want? You know what I'm saying? But no, it's like, let's go back to the fashion aspect, because that's what you are. That's what you do. Is there anything you're working on right now? Say this, even what you're wearing, is that something you've designed?
It is, yeah, all of it. I was going to say, I'm looking up at all my new stuff at the moment, but I'm doing something that's very Hellraiser kind of themed. It's the collar is a new piece that I'll put up on my web shop probably in the new year. But to be honest, it was my friends made a print and then just sent it over to me. It was like, do what you want with it, print it on fabric. And then I was like, fuck, this really looks like the lament configuration from Hellraiser. So it's kind of just blown up from there. I've gone like, oh, maybe I'll make something that's a little bit kind of gothic with big hoods and shit. And I'm like, no, now we have to look like Xenobites. That's kind of the new vibe that I'm going with.
Wow. Have you ever done something that's like way out of your realm? Like, have you designed stuff that like is not metal, or you just strictly like studs leather?
Strictly studs and leather, which probably hinders growth or whatever, but it's the same kind of mindset of just staying in that rock community where people just get it and they understand it. But I've had some people in pop industry and things like that have contacted me, and I'm so thankful that they've even looked at my work, but it's just not for me. do you know what I mean? Of going, there's a reason why I dress like this, and I cater for people who understand the references and they understand the fashion and where it came from. And that probably sounds really like pretentious and edgelord, but it is kind of that thing of going, you know, it's Painkiller, it's Judas Priest, it's Rob Halford. If you don't appreciate and understand where it comes from, then it's like lost in translation. If that makes sense.
This is not for you. It's like you
Yeah.
you shouldn't be looking at this if you're not into it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and not that I'd ever want to cut someone out and say like, oh, you're not worthy or anything like that. It's nothing like that. Like,
No.
if the Queen of England contacted me, I'd be like, I'm very appreciative, but I don't want to make Queenie robes. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that whole
Well,
vibe.
I tell you what, you would if she fucking paid. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, if the Queen wants to look like an absolute leather daddy, I'd be like, sweet.
I'm sure that's the thing, though. I think people of that ilk, of that stature, they are into some funky shit. Like,
is it treason to assume what the Queen and Philip does in their spare time? I don't know.
Come, lock me up and throw away the key. Take me away. Come on.
Oh, Philip, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But it is weird. Like, I know that, like, I don't know. Like, I know that lawyers, high-end elite people are into some weird shit, meaning like that, like, whether it be like dominatrix or anything that's like out of the norm, because I guess they have, maybe it's like a sense of power. I don't know, or they like to feel like, because they're in charge all the time, because
they want someone else in charge. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think that's, I know, just hearing stories and whatnot, allegedly, let's just throw that out. I don't want no fucking shit coming my way, but just, I've heard that a lot of, like, there's a swingers club. I've never been.
I just allegedly heard about it.
Yeah.
221 West Street. Yeah, no, I'm joking.
How the fuck did you know it was there?
I've been there too.
Yeah, so like I know that people, a lot of London, like lawyers or politicians or like high-end, like elite people, whatever. How do you say it?
Philanthropists.
Yeah. The Jack's not making me talk, but like I know a lot of them, they come down to this end of this neck of the woods, and they go to these places where it's like, what? It's like, fucking hell, if the Mirror or the Sun found out about it, it's like it'd be front page fucking news.
Yeah. I mean, you do hear some dodgy shit about politicians, and I'm not going to name specific members about the royal family, but one of them seems to not sweat when he's put under pressure.
Yeah.
But you do think, like, but it is that whole thing of hierarchy and power, of people kind of wanting that role reversal. You think, all right.
It is weird, but you know, I don't think I'd ever experience it because I'm not in that position, but maybe that is the case, isn't it? It's like where it's a constant daily telling people what to do all the fucking time. And you must be, and I guess you may be intellectually better, I don't know. But say if you are, like, you must be pissed off with telling people what to do all the time, because you're like, you dumb fucking human. Like, come on. Like, it must be a constant thing. And that's probably why they do all this shit. I know there's probably some like royals or politicians that like dress up as, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but there's probably like guys that love to dress up as women.
Probably.
Isn't it? And
I was going to say allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly again, that there's been fetish parties that I've gone to and stuff in London, because it's that, no shade towards it, it's great advertisement for my brand.
Yeah.
But they've allegedly been like, yeah, we've had celebrities and members of parliament come here, and you're like,
What?
So what? You just fucking go into a room and see David Cameron like, woo!
I know.
Like, you can't fathom it.
I know. Wasn't there the rumor him fucking a pig or something? Or I don't know. Back in his college days, there was something with him and a pig.
Yes. And that episode, have you seen that episode of Black Mirror?
No, there's a bunch of, I don't know. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
Black Mirror. I know it on Netflix, but
It's season 1 episode. I'm pretty sure it's season 1 episode 1, and this came out before the whole incident with David Cameron. But it's an episode about the Prime Minister having to fuck a pig.
What?
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It's mental.
Oh my god! You think it's so funny? It's like we're tucked away in our little homes, you know, just doing our thing, and then what's going on out in the world is mind-boggling, isn't it? There's people the other side of the world, and it's fucking daylight. For me, just thinking about that is crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if I go that way a few hours, people in fucking daylight, it's like, what?
It's still sunlight.
Yeah, I'd say what I would love to experience is going. I think it's like if you go to like Scandinavian countries or, you know, very high up, you know, the Arctic, and where you can experience like nighttime. It's for like 6 months. 6 months.
One of my friends lives there. That happens. I honestly have no idea how to pronounce where she lives. It's like Fossen. It's by Trondheim. There you go. But yeah, it's the Arctic Circle. So she gets. It's 6 months where it's just solid sunlight, and I'm like, how do you even cope with knowing what time it is, what's going on? But apparently she kind of enjoys it where it doesn't matter what time it is, so she can just get up and do whatever she wants. Like, I'd hate it.
I know.
I'd be so confused. But apparently when it's nighttime for like 4 to 6 months and it snows, it's like daytime all the time anyways. So you're just living in constant daytime. It's mad.
What do you mean? How? If it's night, wait a minute, it's nighttime, but it's constant daytime.
So if you live in the middle of nowhere and it snows, where you have that reflection from the snow,
off of the moon.
It's so bright, yeah. And apparently it's just
shit.
really, really bright there all the time.
Wow. See, I'd love to experience it. I'm not saying I'd love to live that life. I'd love to experience it. Just be like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's daylight. What the fuck?
She does that. She's like, oh, you know, I've gone to bed. I've woken up. It's like 2:33. I'm just going to go for a run and a hike up a mountain because it's 3 in the morning. Like, it's crazy.
It's insane how people, but I guess your body adapts, isn't it? It adapts to anything. So, you know, 2 weeks in, you're like, oh, this is normal now.
Yeah.
But to live it constantly, I'm good. Thanks.
I'd like to say that I'd get used to it, but I don't think I would. I think I'd just be like, nah.
Exactly. Is there something that you've never done apart from, let's not count this because obviously we both know we haven't done it yet, but is there something that you've never done but you've always wanted to do?
What, in regards to job or just in general?
Anything. Is there something that's like, fuck, I wish, like skydiving or like anything? It's just like, fuck, I really want to do that, but I haven't done it yet.
I'd love to go to Japan just because the culture there it's like a whole nother world.
Literally, isn't it?
A couple of my friends have been, and they just say that I suppose it's just kind of, it's commonplace there where the crime rate is so low. She was saying that you go into a coffee shop or something and you put your phone down on a table and just walk up and queue. You think you can't do that in London. Someone's just going to nick your phone. Like,
yeah.
But even things like that of going, you know, it's that basic thing of, oh, I'll just put my laptop there. It's fine. Like,
wow.
I don't know. It's a weird one.
Well, I've seen that when you go to, I think it was Mallorca when I went there, and people have got their like front door open, they've got the windows open, people are just milling around, and it's like, what? People like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
people do that? I know. It's bizarre. So you want to go to Japan?
Yeah, to experience that. I'd love to do some sort of kind of I don't know, like some just collaborative art thing with a band. I don't even know how to go about that or like what even is in my brain space, but just something like that.
Is any bands like been like, look, Soph, come out on tour?
Not band per se. One of my friends has a touring company and she wants, well, it was pre-COVID, there's majority stuff, but it was every time they'd have a specific artist or exhibition that they bring on the tour with them, and it was kind of encapsulating like the vibe of the bands that were playing and all of that, and she said that she wanted to bring me, which I was totally down for, but it's joys of COVID, that went out the window.
The joy. Which, so
Yeah.
you definitely do it. You'd be like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like if Priest were like, look, we love your gear. Would
That
that
would
be
be the
your
dream.
Well,
Sadly, priests are off limits to me, and that
What do you mean?
I say that with complete respect and also absolute heartbreak. Is that my mentor of sorts? It makes stuff for priests, so for me, that's like no, can't touch it. As much as I would fucking love to,
Yeah.
I'd never live up to that expectation. Like, yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe in 30 years' time, where Rob Half is 90.
Mate,
And
I
I've
know.
got like the craft to be able to go, yeah, I can live up to the expectations. But yeah.
Wow. So you know
I'd love to
Rammstein.
do Rammstein. But yeah.
Fuck. So how did you grow your following then? So obviously, like with everyone, isn't it? It's weird when you see people with 1 million, 2 million followers. They started with 0. It doesn't,
Absolutely.
yeah, it hasn't, like, how do you grow your following? What is there an art form to it? What is it? Is it just like, oh, people like you just post something and people like it and follow you?
That's my kind of, the latter is sort of how it works for me. I mean, I've tried to stop worrying about numbers and just worry more about the people that support me and buy my clothes, because then I'm a firm believer of, okay, it goes from there. Because I think if you stress too much about going, oh, I have X amount of followers and I want this amount, it becomes more of a popularity contest than caring about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I just think it kind of it grows from there, of when you put your heart and soul into what you do and your passion, and then if people appreciate it, they appreciate it, which is probably a terrible standpoint from like a marketing side of it, but I'd always much rather kind of do what I do and be happy with it than do what I do for the sake of popularity and appeasing people. And can't be bothered with that. Not about that.
Yeah, I know. Pleasing people is a whole different story, isn't it? It's like you're not going to please everyone, so I guess you're right.
There to make a statement and piss people off as well. Like, I think if people aren't talking, then they're not doing something right.
Pretty much, isn't it? In a nutshell, when you think about it, it is there to. I'm fortunate enough; it pleases me. It doesn't piss me. It doesn't piss me off whatsoever. What about yourself?
I kind of love it and hate it. Like, I do like hearing tidbits and things like that, of kind of, if I ever hear something negative or a little bit about me, like, I think a lot of stuff, if I know it's gonna not upset me, but if I know it's gonna bother me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear it. But sometimes you do think, what's this going on? Who's been talking about me?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Mate.
It's good to hear critique as well, definitely.
Well, yes, I guess constructive criticism, right? So, you know, it's not all bad. It's just when it's constant fucking barrage of bollocks, it's just like, all right, well, clearly you don't know what you're fucking talking about. It's like, you know, like, shut the fuck up and stay in your own lane, and I'll do my thing, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. But what's like, what is your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear, whether it be like in business or even fucking out, dare I say, a biggest fear in life?
Good question. I suppose it would probably, it'd probably be going back to a normal job, just because I love doing this so much. but I'm not going to let it go to that point. Might sell out a little bit if it sort of drops down a bit. I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll start doing some stuff that's ready to purchase.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Bottom line.
I think it's mainly just kind of not. I suppose the biggest fear, that sounds so pretentious, saying not loving what I'm doing in a career. Because I think if I did have to pick some sort of career, it would always be artistic or somewhat music related, albeit I have zero music talent, so I just make clothes for people instead.
Don't you wish, do you ever think, oh, fucking hell, why can't I sing?
Yes. Like, you know, you just hear some people's voices and you think, how the fuck are you doing that? Like, I don't understand.
It is mental. I know there's this guy on Instagram called Sam Ryder. Mm-hmm. He has long blonde hair, and I think he's got over 1 million followers. And I heard he because I follow like a Michael Jackson hashtag, and he popped up in it, and he did Earth Song. I was like, holy God, shit, he kills it.
Sam Hare Wolf Rider. Sorry,
yeah, that's him. Yeah, dude, that guy, holy fucking shit.
I hope he did it between two trees, doing the whole fucking shebang.
Right? Not quite. It is every video. The only downside, the only critique I'll give him, because his voice is like an angel. Mm. The only critique I'd give him is like every song he does, every post, is like literally him in the same fucking uniform, the same background, and it's just like it's a bit repetitive, and you're just like, oh, come on, you know, you got.
That's a very specific green lamp he's got in every.
That's what I'm saying. So you see one video, you see two, you see three, and you're like, mate, I love your voice. But then it's just like, after the fucking 10th time, you're like, mate, come on, you must have a different room or a different fucking set of clothes. Like, fuck's sake. But maybe
buy a new lamp.
Yeah. Check it. I'll see you in the comments later. Like, buy a fucking new lamp.
You got a green lamp, you loser. It's not even blue. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's him I've seen, and I was like, mate, it's like, why aren't you famous? I mean, what the fuck? I know you're like covering people's songs, and he's done a song, but I think it's a cover, and it's fucking beautiful. It's literally, it's not death metal, it's not rock and roll, it's Set You Free. It's the song called Set You Free. It's a cover. When you're in your own time, and even people listening right now, in your own time, just check it out. Lay in your bed, put your fucking earphones in, and just sit there and just accept and just appreciate it. Like, for me, the first time I heard it, it took me to a fucking another world. It was insane. I was like, fucking hell, this guy's got some but at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why isn't he famous? Like, is there something at hand? Is there something going on where, I don't know, record companies, where they're like, okay, we're going to make this band fucking famous. But even though there's this band over here that are so much better than that band we're going to fucking promote.
Yeah.
Is it that? Like, I don't know. It does
make you wonder with stuff like that, of going, okay, is it someone that, like you said, is it someone that's following the lead, and where they're going, you should do this, you should do that, go and sing for that person, go and work for that show. And he might have turned around and been like, no, fuck that, I don't want to do it. But I mean, he's got, what was it, 1.9 million followers?
he's got a social media following without a doubt. But if he was like, look, I'm playing, like, he couldn't sell out Wembley Arena.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he could probably sell out his local fucking, hole in the wall. But you'd think, all right, mate, you got 1.3 million followers. You should be selling out arenas, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on, man? Maybe he's thinking that.
Maybe I'm out of touch with it or whatever, but especially with a lot of social media and YouTube and things like that, you kind of look at someone and go, oh, they've got a following. And then you see the crowds they pull in, and it is mental. There was, oh God, it was a couple of years ago at the Bullring in Birmingham. There was a YouTuber that was there, and you think, oh, it's YouTube. Like, who's going to give a fuck about that? You couldn't even get in the Bullring. I was like,
Jesus.
all right, like, what's going on?
I
It's
know.
mad.
And he's probably got zero talent.
Oh, no
I know.
idea.
You know?
I hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so. I think that's another thing as well that's lost is the fact that there's anyone can be famous. That's another thing where we've lost that mystique, where literally anyone can create a fucking social media account and blow up.
I feel like not the term rock star, but the actual meaning behind rock star is dead with modern day. And when you think like the last kind of people like Axl Rose and that platform, like they were fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
And not to condone or condemn that lifestyle, because a lot of them look back and go, yeah, we did some really fucked up shit. But there's not many bands that are very, I don't know, potentially public about it, where they're like, yeah, this happened, we do this, we do that. Like,
there's
I
none.
think he was the last true rock star.
There's none, and it fucking bums me out because I want that attachment. I want that. Bloody hell, these guys live like that. What fucking lunatics, Wow.
There's maybe in the past few years, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it publicly or not, but like maybe one band that I could say like, yeah, they still party like fucking rock stars, that I've seen like women backstage in dressing rooms just everywhere, and like bottles of alcohol, and like not even anything like bad going on, but you think like back in the day in the 80s where they're saying like there was booze, women, drugs, everything, and I'm like, that's the only time where I've witnessed it and gone, oh, okay, this is still a thing.
I think a lot of it as well is because we have these fucking mobile devices where you can film anything right then and right there. Yeah. And
that was the only time where I've witnessed it. And it was, to be honest, it was like an after party thing. And I was there on work, but the agreement was you don't take photos, you don't record anything. Like, it's strictly just wind down time for the artist, which, you got to respect. And then if anyone was saying, can I have a photo? They got ejected, which I'm like, that's fair enough.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that as well, it hasn't helped, because I remember Tommy Lee, Motley Crue, and he was like, pre-mobile phones, it's like, fucking hell, we got away with murder.
Yeah.
And now you can't do anything. And like, but even if you ban it, there always will be someone that has it in their purse and be like, oh yeah. So it's like, you got to be so fucking careful, especially in the climate that we're in. It's like, God damn, I miss it, mate. I wish I was born back. Like,
back in the day.
Well, yeah, we say back in the day, but let's ask you, if there could be one decade that you could be in where you feel like, fucking Christ, I should have been there. I should have lived through that. What decade, what era would it have been?
Oh, I immediately know the answer to this. It would be in 1986 with Megadeth in the So Far, So Good, So What era. I want to see Megadeth when, like, just out of their minds, angry, Gar Samuelson and Chris Poland. That's what I want to see. Like, every time when someone goes, if you could go back in the time machine and watch that band, I'm like, it is that. Like,
that is very specific. I'm like, you've got it. You've thought about this one too many times where you're just like, right, that's it. That's where I want to go.
Yeah.
What was it? 1986. Megadeth. 1986. Oh, no, wait.
Is 1986 P-Cells or is it?
Yeah, P-Cells. P-Cells. Who's buying?
Sorry, I'm like, oh God, I've just offended loads of Megadeth fans. But yeah, sorry, 86 with P-Cells. I think So Far, So Good. So what's 88 or 87?
80. Yeah, So Far, So Good is 88.
Oh God, someone's going to call me a poser. No, 86 with P-Cells.
P-Cells. And have you read, like, how do you know about this?
I do like Megadeth, but
Yeah, but how do you know about these? What happened back then? Have you read books? Have you listened to
I've read
interviews
Dave
or what?
Mustaine's autobiography, which I enjoyed, and also know people that worked with Dave Mustaine many, many moons ago. And like, once again, they've had that thing of like attitudes change, and obviously when drugs are involved, people act differently and they're skewed. And same thing, I still fucking worship the ground Megadeth walk on, so I have nothing bad to
I
say.
know. So
But
good.
just it's like pure fucking thrash metal. It's just that era. It's a different life. Yeah. Now, when I've been very, very lucky to meet David Ellison and very briefly meet Dave Mustaine, and that was one of the best days of my life. I was like,
Really?
literally, like, Dave Mustaine was just walking along in this beige little cardigan, like, hello, hello to everyone. I was like, this is all I need. That's the best day of my life. No, but David Ellison, like, I know they say kind of like never meet heroes. They're always going to be a really bad impression, but one of the nicest guys ever.
Really?
Just
Sound as a pound.
when he followed me on Instagram, I was sitting on the London Underground and I nearly screamed. I was like,
No,
oh my God, David Ellison knows who I am. Like,
that's so cool, mate.
yeah.
That's the best, isn't it? It's just like people that you aspire to and love, and they recognize who you are. It's like, what? And I'm sure it's the same with them, with people that they aspire to. They probably get fucking like, oh my God, it's these guys. Like Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, how they love Keith Richards. Happy birthday, Keith. It's his birthday today.
Is that actually?
Yeah.
Close to that. Avoid the coconuts.
He is I think he's fucking 77.
Damn. I thought, to be honest, I thought they were older than that because,
Well, yeah, they certainly look older, I tell you.
well, it's sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Literally, isn't it? It's just like, when you think of it, how the fuck are you still alive?
But that's like Ozzy. Ozzy will outlive everyone.
I know, but dude, you know there's going to be one day where it's like you wake up and you're like, oh, fuck.
I still remember the day that Lemmy died.
I know.
And it was one of those weird things where it was like 1, 2 in the morning, and I remember being like, I feel really weird, and then looked at my phone. I was like, fucking Lemmy's dead. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like,
It's around this time of year as well. It's around Christmas. I think it was just after Christmas.
Yeah, is his birthday, is it Christmas Eve or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, his birthday is 24th. Yeah, Christmas Eve, and he died on the 28th. Like 5 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah. Fucking
fuck, man. See, like when we talk about Lemmy, I just see I'm seeing it in my head, meeting him, and not just once, numerous fucking times, like hanging out with the fucking cunt
at the Rainbow. I'm gonna assume.
At the Bow.
Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
It's like, what the fuck? But the weird thing is, right? So you build up this perception of fucking Lemmy Kilminster, you kid, rock star, ultimate rock star, Keith Richards, Jimi Hendrix, I know Jimmy Page is fucking, there's certain characters that are, there's, like in football, there's different leagues. Lemmy is Premier League. He's top. You don't get much bigger and better than Lemmy as a rock star. And meeting him, it's just like, I remember I was just, fuck, he's just like one of us.
Yeah.
It's like the whole perception of like this fucking showbiz bollocks and nonsense, and you meet him and you're just like, well, hang on a minute, he could be someone at the bloody the bollocks bar, just hanging out, just like literally, and you think, wait, he should be fucking living in mansions and driving Ferraris and just living is insane. And the fact that he lived in my best mate's apartment building just from literally, just literally a stone's throw from the rainbow. And it was like an apartment building of fucking I don't know what it was, a 2-bedroom maybe apartment, apartment in on the sun, just off the Sunset Strip. And you think, what? And he had in his window the fucking the Motorhead, the ball and the fucking horn, the tusks, whatnot. He had that in his window. And there was like one time where we got locked out. We tried to get back, we've just been to the bow. We got locked out, and I went back to my mate's place. Couldn't get in, and shit, you not. We pick up fucking chippings from the road, like little tiny rocks, and we start fucking chucking them at Lemmy's fucking window, and we're like, Lemmy, let us in. Well, we didn't fucking hear. Maybe he was out on tour, I don't know, but yeah,
he probably would just open the window, hear a fucking British person, and be like, "Do you want a fucking cup of tea?"
Or more likely, he was like, "Oh, it's not a chick. Fuck off." That was like, I shit you not. I've never seen an uglier dude than Lemmy and pull the most stunning women I've ever seen.
I've heard about this, and I never knew whether it was legit or not.
Oh, it's legit. I fucking witnessed it, and I was like, and literally, he'd be walking out with 2 fucking birds around his arm, and I'm like, you bastard. But it's Lemmy, so you're just like, all right, I love you, man.
I'm like, it is kind of like down the grapevine and all of that you hear lots of stories about Lemmy and like his manlyhood and things like that, and you think like, he's an old fucking dude with a load of warts on his face. Like, what the hell? And then, like you said, when you get confirmation, you're like, fair play, dude. Fair play.
Insane. I mean, what a fucking life he had. Wow.
Icon. Absolute icon.
Really? And to be honest, an icon. An icon in the rock world. It's just like, you hear his voice and you know exactly who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Exactly like Ozzy.
Exactly. I think, to be honest, I think I could meet Rob Halford and keep a straight face and be like, yeah, you're right, what's going on? But I think if I ran into Ozzy, not that it ever would, but you nip down Tesco's and you just see Ozzy there, like freak the fuck out. Yeah, Shannon, I can't find my milk, Shannon. Yeah, like you'd be like, that's fucking Ozzy, like what the hell?
I know. Did you ever watch the Osbournes?
Oh, watch guilty pleasure. Sometimes every 6 months or something, I will go back to that episode where he's trying to train his dog, and it's pissing on the carpet. He's like, he's one of Bin Laden's gang. I love it so much.
The one that gets me is the where he sits back on his chair. He sits back on his chair and he falls off. That fucking kills me every time. It's just like the camera was like I guess it wasn't even being filmed or something, and it's just you see it in the corner of the camera, and he just sits back in his chair and he just falls off the fucking thing. It's just like this guy is just comedy gold.
He is a national treasure. It's that episode as well where he goes to the dentist and they're trying to knock him out, and he's like, no, I need more. I can't feel anything. And you think, like, you go to the dentist, you're like, this man has probably done more drugs than you and everyone you know combined in your life. Like, a little bit of laughing gas is not going to cut it.
Nah. It blows. I know, it blows my mind. How is he not a fucking sir?
That genuinely offends me. And I don't think I use that word lightly. That I mean, I think Elton John's been knighted, hasn't he?
Yeah. Sir Elton John, yeah. But there's a massive difference, Ozzy and Elton. But
I think they should be on the same pedestal. I mean, Elton John, like, huge icon and definitely a pioneer in the rock industry. But I think Ozzy is on that platform.
Yeah.
Like, if you think of rock musicians, especially if you're from another country, you are going to think of Elton, Ozzy, or Freddie Mercury. Maybe, okay, like a member of the Stones as well. But
Yeah.
this is just me being like, no, Ozzy.
Is Mick Jagger? Mick Jagger, is he, sir? Is he a sir? He's got to be. He's not even a. He's not even a sir. No, he is. He is. Yeah, sorry, Sir Michael Philip Jagger. Okay.
Oh, okay. So they've just left Ozzy out.
They've just left Ozzy out. But Keith Richards Keith Richards isn't. He's not a sir.
I don't know.
It's like, well, you're in the same fucking band. It's like, what? Just because one's a singer, one's a guitarist, like you're treated differently? I guess so.
Was it Mick Jagger had a very brief acting career as well?
Really? I don't.
Yeah.
Mate, there's girls that see Mick Jagger at 77 years of age and still want his babies. So
he had a kid a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. You think fucking like I can't obviously tell him what to do. I don't give a fuck what he does. But the fact is, like, dude, you're 77. Come on, mate. Like, good for you that you can still do that shit. Massive respect. But think of the fucking kid. The poor bastard. The poor bastard's not even gonna hit 10 years of age, and your dad's fucking gone. It's like, come on, is that right? Maybe
hefty
not.
Inheritance fee, probably though.
My God.
I mean, you think is it Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's kid? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
but
Paris. Yeah.
I know she's got her own empire of doing this, that, and the other. I think she's in the fashion industry or something. But like the money and royalties you must get from being a family member of someone like that must be out just crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
You're just in the right ball bag at the right time. I don't mean to be so gross, but literally you are. You're likewise with David Beckham. It's like David Beckham. It's like, mate, you have been gifted all the fucking good cards that you could ever imagine. Like, famous, rich, good looking.
Married a Spice Girl.
Married a fucking Spice Girl. Has four beautiful children. It's like, mate, you're winning at life. Like, what did you do in your past life to fucking get such a great life? He must even
maybe he was just like Jesus reincarnated.
Maybe. You think, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, there must be something going on. I would love to sit down with him and be like, Dave, mate, like, tell me some bad things that have happened in your life, please, because I don't hear anything bad. It's just like, it seems like it's good on good on good. It's like, fucking hell, man, what a life.
Good PR, no troublemaking, but then again, it's kind of, you got troublemaking life a little bit.
Yeah, I know, especially David Beckham.
But you don't see, like, I was going to say, incidents of David Beckham throwing TVs out of hotel windows and things like that.
No, there's that.
For a little bit more.
Yeah, but when you I guess that's good for him, man. Like, if you can be and that great looking, that rich, that famous, and stick to one girl and have a family and grow up, and like, massive props to you, mate. Because I know most people, whether you're a guy or a girl, if you have all those great fucking cards, you're gonna flaunt it, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I guess, I must admit, between me and you, Victoria, what was her name? Posh Spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, she was a fucking, when I was like a wee boy, she was a massive crush. It's like, oh my God, when I grew up, I'm gonna have a girlfriend that looks like her.
She's your favorite Spice Girl.
Sadly, yeah. But the thing is, she's like a as I say, she's like a rake. Like, she's not like, she's like really skinny. Really, really skinny. It's like, fucking hell. Like, maybe put on a couple of pounds and we'll see what's going. But obviously, David loves it. But yeah, it's mad, mate. It's mad how fucking life works. I tell you, there's do you ever think like, What's that? It's what? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say a lot of it's all chance and roll of the dice, and
It
who
is,
you know
right?
X, Y, Z.
It is mental. I tell you what, if you said like, NJ, what's your favorite roller coaster? I've been on some bangers, like X2, Goliath, Scream. Like these are all roller coasters in America where they're like, you Google them and you're like, wow. Like they go up, down, sideways, back and forth. Like you're hitting G forces like you wouldn't believe. Tatsu, is another one in Magic, Six Flags in California. Insane, fucking insane. But if someone says like, what's your favorite fucking roller coaster? Mine is Life. Mine has to be
like extra deep, bro. Extra deep.
Extra fucking deep. Mine is Life. Nothing ceases to amaze me. Have you always? Is this another thing as well? Have you found that nothing? Have you ever noticed that nothing is what it seems? Have you ever
Yeah, I think a lot of it can be better and worse in. How do I put it? Like when it's kind of nothing what it seems, but you can think like, oh fuck, I wasn't expecting like something to be this enjoyable, and or like, oh fuck, this was a really bad idea. Like I'm very much kind of picking up on vibes, and I don't know. No, I don't know where I was going with that.
I know, I get that a lot where it's like your mind, it's weird because we're thinking, right? And then we're talking. I've had it a couple times on the show right now. And I was like, I'm trying to say something. My brain's trying to tell my voice to say something, but it's not happening. So I'm like, fuck, what do I say? And you think it's something else, but yeah, it's weird. It's like, where do these thoughts come from? I have no fucking idea. I tell you, I have no idea. But
when life says like, oh, it's nothing what it seems, you have to listen to your gut and kind of go, is this going to be for better or for worse? Because there are some times when you think, oh, maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't, and someone goes, just fucking do it, it'll be worth it, it'll enjoy it, and it can lead to so many different paths and positives. And you kind of just has to listen to you and go, okay, right, this seems like a good idea, I'll just roll with it, it'll be fine.
But women typically, they have a better intuition than a guy. So what's that like? Being like, I don't know. I'm a fuck. I may have long hair, but I may have big pecs, but some might say otherwise. But like, what is it like? Being from in a woman's point of view, then, with saying like you have a better intuition. Like, do you feel that?
To an extent. I think with my line of work and stuff like that, it's kind of that thing of going with the intuition of, okay, whether someone wants to talk to you for work aspects or if there is some sort of ulterior motive. There has been incidents where there are potential ulterior motives, and I will just shut it down and be like, no, this is strictly work time. If you want outfits from me, cool. If you don't, like, it's business. It is what it is. Like, and I think it is kind of just picking up on that. I think it is always important to listen to your intuition and listen to kind of your gut and going, is this a good idea? Is this not? I mean, in like life and business aspects, that you have to do something that's going to make you happy. It's a weird one though.
Isn't that something that you get from experience though?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like,
I know.
I think no one's perfect, and I think to say that, everyone makes fuck ups and mistakes in life, and God knows there's been times where I've been like, I shouldn't have done that. That's a really silly idea.
Really?
You learn from it.
Or you would hope to think.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate, isn't it? You would hope to think that you've learned from it, and you think, oh well, I'm not going to do it again. But there's something that always wants you to do that again. I don't know what it, it's like whether you should be talking to that human being or not. And it's like, well, look what this human being has done to you. Like, you should not. It's like I don't know. I don't know you. You don't know me. But I'm sure you've experienced being in love. And being in love is like, for me personally, it just like threw everything about life and basically logic. It threw that out the fucking window. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Everything.
I've just got Foreigner blasting in the back of my head right now. Being
Foreigner?
Like, I wanna know what love is.
Yes. Fucking love that song. Fucking hell. So good.
Banger. They played about 20 minutes from my house last year, and honestly, amazing. The time of my life.
Tell you what, I'm gonna put some Foreigner on fucking right now, dude.
Do it. But Foreigner's one of those really weird bands where I grew up listening to them, and you don't realise it's the artist that kind of sings all these songs. And then I remember watching them being like, oh yeah, I know one or two songs, and they're just playing their whole fucking set list, and I'm like, I am secretly the world's biggest Foreigner fan. Come up with, bro. I loved it. It's great.
They are.
So if Foreigner ever tour, if they ever do that tour with Whitesnake in Europe, do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That never happened.
COVID-19 cancelled that one.
Yeah. COVID-19. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's COVID. What was it? Whitesnake? Which, dude, Whitesnake. Fuck my life. Whitesnake and me are like fucking bangers and mash. Like fish and chips, salt and pepper go hand in hand. Like I was literally speaking to Joel, who's the lead guitarist from Whitesnake. He plays in Cher. I was speaking to him. Yeah, I was trying to get him on the podcast. He's doing he's releasing an album coming out. I think it's already dropped. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking come on. I was like, all right, fucking. So that reminds me, I gotta fucking chase him up. But yeah, mate, fucking what? Have you seen Whitesnake?
Never, and it makes me very sad. I've seen David Coverdale Download maybe like 11 years ago, but I mean, it's not Whitesnake.
Wow. What, is he just on his own?
I honestly don't remember. There's a weird part of me that wants to say that he did some sort of thing with Dream Theater. But, what? I mean, this was 2008, 2009, something like that. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. It was my first ever Download Festival, and when you're just running around trying to see as many people as possible, like, yes!
Mate, how good. So I haven't experienced, I've experienced Download, but not on the fan side. I've experienced Download on the band artist side, so backstage, and which I guess to every fan is where they want to fucking be.
I'm gonna sound so pretentious, but everyone who's like, oh my god, I want to experience that life of being backstage, I'm like, you literally have free beer and a seat. That is it. It's just kind of ruining image for everyone, but I'm like, it's not that exciting, but
nah.
It does have pros at Download Festival, and like I've gone, same thing as you, I've gone as a punter and I've gone working it, and I always prefer working it just because I have a shower. Just because that's my determining factor of, can I wash? Yes, brilliant, love it.
Fuck's sake. So that's why I'm like not a big fan of festivals, because of that aspect. It's like Glastonbury, right, is one of, if not the biggest festival in the world. And I literally live less than 30 minutes away from it. Like 20 minutes, 25 minutes from Glastonbury. So I'm right on its fucking doorstep, right? I have no interest in going.
But if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Like, that's fair.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, if it was Download, fuck me, that'd be a different story. If I lived like that close to Download, yeah, fuck me, I'd go every year. But with Glastonbury, maybe one day I'll go to it. But yeah, I just don't have any fucking you know, the fact, I guess it's every festival in England, it's always fucking raining and in mud, but you know, I like to be clean, and I like, if you say like camping or in a hotel, I choose hotel all day, every day.
Mm.
So maybe I don't know, but I've done festivals. I've done, you know, I've experienced camping. I know what it's all about, and it's rough, and it's even worse when you're fucking hanging out your ass.
Just waking up at 8 in the morning because some drunk person's screaming and you're just coming out of the tent like, kill me.
I know. I know, and it's like hot and sticky, and you're like, and
There was 1 year where I did all the festival circuit sober, and it was kind of really nice in the morning of waking up fresh as a fucking daisy at 8 o'clock being like, good morning world, how are you, you're all hungover.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it does go hand in hand with kind of festivals of that alcohol and late nights and just enjoying it.
Yeah, you gotta, you know what you're signing up for at the end of the day, innit? You're not signing up for fucking sausage rolls and bloody fucking, you know, like you're signing up for you know, mud, late nights, early mornings. But
Yeah.
that's the fun of it, I guess. I did a festival in Butlins. Do you know Butlins?
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. So like, yeah, I did. There was a festival there. It's called Hard Rock Hell, and
Oh, yeah, I've been to the HRH in Birmingham.
no shit.
I know they do like loads of different ones, but it was a couple of years ago. But no, sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, I did the first ever Hard Rock Hell, and they had it in Butlins Minehead.
Nice.
And blow me down, they never had it there again. And it was it was like a 48-hour festival, meaning bands are playing at 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. It's non-stop for 48 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck. When I heard about it, I was like, yep, sign me up, I'm in. I went, I just, like, remember getting like a Burger King, drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels, watching fucking Saxon at like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, it was sick. But the whole resort obliterated. All the fucking hotel rooms were like, people just went nuts. And then from then they were like, right, we're never having it there again. People just like tore the place apart. So then they moved, yeah, I think they moved it up to somewhere in Wales, like in the north of fucking Wales, out the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like one of my first festival experiences. But that was in like rooms, in a hotel room, which is great.
It is nice being able to go back to a hotel room and not thinking, fucking hell, there's a tent, I'm going to be cold at like 6 in the morning. What the fuck?
I know. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than knowing there's 4 walls around you and you've got fucking heating on and you've got a fridge and you've got a shower and you've got a toilet. And it's like, literally, it's like the creature comforts of everything right there.
Porcelain thrones all the way.
Exactly. But yeah, don't get me wrong. If anyone's like, NJ, let's go to fucking Download or Glastonbury this year, you know, why not? Or even abroad, if there's ones abroad.
EU festivals, they run a lot later than UK festivals. So there's a few that I've been to in Germany that run till about 3 in the morning, which you think a UK ones are 11 max cut off. So when I went there, it was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But it's also that annoyance of, if there's a band you want to watch really, really early in the morning, you have to stay up. And like, if there's kind of like, I remember, I think it was Summer Breeze, I really wanted to see Batushka, who were on at 3 in the morning, and I'd been there since about 11 in the morning. I was like, okay, I'll just power through, it'll be fine, just drink loads of coffee. And then it got to about 2:30 and was like, I'm really tired, I need to go to bed.
It's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, I always laugh at people that go at the front, and when I see them like on video, whether it's YouTube or whatever, and I see people at the front, I mean, like, yeah, you've got the best seat in the house, but I guarantee, like, every one of you are fucking dying for a piss, or you need to get out of there at some point. But
I've been that person.
Yeah, you've done it.
There is video evidence on YouTube of me being that person at Rammstein Sonosphere 2010, and it pans in to this girl with blue hair rocking, and that is me front row. And literally, I was like, this was totally worth standing here for 9 hours, but you like afterwards.
Oh
like,
my god,
dead.
9 hours? You did that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it anymore. Like, I would more than happily be front row for a Rammstein show, but it's just with my job, can't really afford to break an arm or anything like that. But
yeah.
it was worth it.
Yeah, I've done a couple of shows, been at the front, and there's nothing quite like it. I mean, I saw Ozzy and Motley Crue in Glen Helen, in San Bernardino in California.
Oh wow.
Just, oh my god, insanity. Like, Ozzy comes out, he's like got this foam gun, and he's spraying it all over, and I'm just like, literally, I'm like, oh, Ozzy, like everyone, oh, Ozzy, and he comes out, sprays everyone in this foam. Next minute, get hit in the face, and that was it. I was like, fuck, I can't see. I was like, I paid all this money, I can't even fucking see him play.
There was the Lindemann show in February. I think I told you about this, I can't remember, where I think it was by like the sound desk or something like that, and went, this is fine, I'm more than happy, got a good view of the stage, happy days. And then two different songs, they were throwing cake and fish into the crowd with that catapult. And you think, if you're front row, you've signed up for that shit. But I was like, I do not want a fucking cake or a wet fish thrown in my face. And it got to the point where there was one that catapulted right by my friend's head. She was like, I could feel the momentum of this fish going through my...
Oh no.
It was the worst bit, is because you think like, okay, that's done, it is what it is. But after everyone had left, and you see the floor, and it was just mushed up cake and fish guts. Like, there was a guy...
What the fuck?
Yeah. You think like, foam any day, thank you. There was a guy, maybe about 4 or 5 people in front of me, who I honestly wish I'd filmed it, picked up one of the fish, and it must have been like a foot-long trout or salmon or some shit like that, and then just got the tail and the head and twisted it, ripped it in half, and was just like shaking it over his head. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like,
was it cooked? Oh,
no,
was it
it was a raw fish. Like, straight up raw. There's loads of footage of them on tour doing it, and like, I saw one of my mates after the show, and I was like, have they been doing this every single night? Because he saw a couple of the tour dates. He was like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting, isn't it? It's like, no thank you. No,
who's it? What band's this?
Lindemann.
And where are they from?
It's the singer of Rammstein, his side project. So
he's got a side project?
If you have not listened to the side project, dude, if you want to do reaction videos, just go and watch some of their music videos. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Lindemann.
Yeah. Fish on live, and he's just got a catapult, and he's yeeting fish into the crowd.
Wait a minute. So he's like, let me get this straight. He's in Rammstein, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rammstein are fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, yeah, I'll create a side project and do something on my own. I was like, what?
It honestly, hand on heart, it was one of the most entertaining shows I've ever been to, apart from the fish and the cake. But I feel like Lindemann is any idea that Rammstein have had, he's gone, this is a good idea, and the rest of the band have gone, that's a little bit too far, let's just bring it back a bit. And now he's gone, I can do whatever I want.
Wow. Till Lindemann. Mate, he's
like, it's kind of the level of Rammstein made the fake porn video, and Till Lindemann went, no, fuck that, I'm going to make an actual porn video. Like, it's that level.
Are you serious?
Yeah, genuinely.
Wait a minute. Rammstein did a porno?
Yeah, for their song Pussy. It's
What?
Allegedly, like, I don't know, but yeah, for their song "Pussy," it's kind of them, but it's their faces photoshopped or edited onto like porn actors.
Are you
But
serious?
Lindemann, yeah, Lindemann, one of his music videos that got brought out at the start of the year, he literally went, "Now fuck this, I'm making a legit porno for my music video." Like, it's mad.
Oh my god, you will not believe what I've just seen. So I've seen Till
Your poor
Lindemann.
browsing history.
I know the feds are going to be on me. Um, I've googled image pussy Ramstein, and there's a giant penis spraying foam into the crowd. Is this
Yes.
right? Does this sound right?
Yeah, I have witnessed that live show. It was great.
What in the actual fuck?
Hmm.
Is this on YouTube? Or is it banned?
Yeah,
It must be banned. Are you kidding me? YouTube doesn't allow anything.
there's definitely live footage of that on YouTube.
Fucking. All right. Well, I got to do a reaction to that. Jesus Christ.
I've given you so much material.
I
Like,
know. I know. The funny thing is, like Rammstein, people are craving it. Like these reaction videos. Don't get me wrong. I like doing it because I love listening to music. What's wrong with that? But to watch someone listen to music, I'm like, it's not that entertaining. But doing it's fun.
yeah.
Watching it is like, I could care less. But people are fucking nuts about Rammstein, and another band is Nightwish.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! Like I posted a video the other day, and people like out of fucking like, how the hell did they find me? They just comment like these Nightwish fanatics just bombard the video I posted. Is like fucking hell. It's like, guy, it's like, NJ, check this song out, do this, do that. It's like, what? It's like, and they were like, NJ, welcome to the Nightwish family. Like, we're so glad to have you. It's like, what the fuck? All I've done is just like reacted to your video, and you're fucking welcoming to your fucking. It's crazy, mate. But I guess that's why they're so big.
If people are asking for it though, you should definitely do it. Especially with, I mean, I think a lot of Rammstein fans probably get the kick out of kind of, if people don't know what they do or the content they're singing about, and then someone goes, "Oh fuck, I've never seen this before." Like, it is a huge kind of jump from going, "Yeah, there are some guys on stage," and it's like, yeah, there are guys on stage, but they're also playing with pyrotechnics, dildos, and foam, and fire, and CO2. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm just seeing like a thumbnail right now, and
Mm.
he's riding a cannon, and it's
Yeah.
shaped like a dick. You think, what in the fuck?
Hand on heart, I cannot lie about this. The first time I ever saw Rammstein, they had that cannon, and then when it got to the end of kind of where he was riding it, he turned around, looked at me, and winked at me, and that was, was like my day
Till
made. I was like,
Lindemann did that.
yes.
Wow.
And I must have been like 16, 17, and I was like, this, I can just die happy now. Till Lindemann just winked at me. Like,
That's amazing. How old is he, Till Lindemann? He's got to be.
he must be nearly 60, and he is
You
still living
reckon?
like, he must be. I think he's like
50.
57.
Yeah, 57. Bang on. And he has a wife. He has a
Living like a rock
wife?
star, man. Living like a rock star.
Oh my god, she's fucking hot as well. Jesus Christ, living the dream, mate. Till Lindemann.
Mm.
Holy shit, mate. Yeah, Rammstein has definitely gone up in my. I've always known they've had like banging riffs, but it's not until like I've done like reactions and all these nutcases have been like, God, like NJ, check this song out, and
Mm.
especially live performances. That's when they're in their element.
Oh god, it's something else. Like, oh, I'm gonna sound once again. I'm gonna sound like an absolute edgelord, but I discovered Rammstein's music first and was like, this just hits to me. I like it, and then found out they did all the fire and the pyro, and it was just kind of like, it just snowballs from there. I mean, so much of what I do and make is inspired by them. Like,
Yeah.
it's that whole theatric and just not only the music, but you're just entertaining as well. Like they are just fucking entertainers.
But
I love it.
do they speak between songs, or is it just
No,
song?
and I love it.
They don't speak between songs. It's just songs, and that's it.
Yeah, the most they do is during one song, Till will be like, "Oh, thank you, we love you, let me see your hands," but like that's it.
Great fucking impression there. Jesus
I'm
Christ!
really sorry to every German person. I'm so sorry.
So that was fucking on point.
Oh dear. Sorry. Yeah, like that.
Wow.
I really like that. I mean, I love watching Iron Maiden live and seeing old Brucey do what he does. But he talks so much, and I'm like, just get to the point. Play your music. And Rammstein.
Really?
I mean, it's one of those things of like, I love it, but I hate it because he always has something entertaining to say. So I'm like, yes, Bruce, you do what you do. But Rammstein just get to the point and they're like, we're here to play fucking music and entertain you. This is what you've paid for.
No, I get that. That's see, I'm the opposite. I like when they talk to me because it feels like they are talking to me.
Okay.
It's because, like, you know, I've heard the song a bazillion times, whatever band, and I like to hear their interaction. I love the interaction. That's me.
Yeah.
I guess, like you saying, you just want to hear the songs and that's it. You know, so fucking A. That's crazy, mate. But wow, I gotta see them.
You do. If you can get tickets to their Coventry or Wales show next year, definitely do it.
Rammstein, right? It's a fucking date. We're on it. I'm fucking going.
Do it, man.
Rammstein. All right, it's done. It is done. Right then. I think it's time. Do you? I think I gotta I don't know what I gotta do, but I gotta probably drink some more of this. I gotta. Well, look. How could you not want to go?
Anymore.
I know. How could you not want to go to bed with this? Look. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Soph, thank you. I must admit, thank you once again. You know, you've always been a fucking charm. You've always been a gracious guest. Thank you for coming on the NJ show.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All I've got to say is, can we do this again?
Hell yeah, man. Let's do it.
You know, just to sit down, talk rock and roll.
More Rammstein reactions.
See, you're another one. It's like Rammstein. So it's like, it is on like Donkey Kong. And hey, keep doing what you're doing because it's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Your fashion is next level. It's Judas Priest, Painkiller clothing. Are you kidding me? It's the best. Keep doing what you're doing because, you know, you're going places and that's what we love to see. So yeah, let's hit back up in the new year. Let's get you back on. Hey, fuck it. Maybe a New Year's Eve fucking podcast. Who knows? We could log into Kiss. You could see Kiss for the first fucking time.
I could. I think I'm going to do that at this point.
Right? We could log on together and be like, watch Kiss for 2 hours in Dubai. What else are we going to do?
Let's do it. Fuck it. Why not?
Sounds like a plan. All right, so we love you. There you go. You wanted the best. You got the best. Once again, so from Painkiller Clothing, NJ, your boy on that NJ show. Look, it's time to go. Later, guys. Peace out.
Bye.